What's up, YouTube? All right, so guys, y'all see I'm here on StreamYard. So we're gonna be live. I'm actually here at my brother's house, so we're doing Sunday dinner. So you may hear some noise in the background. Do you think maybe we could turn that down just a little bit, like just 1 or 2 notches, right? Just like 1 or 2. All right, just 1 or 2. I'm with my family, so they gonna look at me like no. But anyway, okay, so so here's what this stream is, guys. So for one, just hey, y'all can tap in. We're here, Sunday dinner, all that good stuff. Tap in with me, right? Just come hang out. But then also, I've been getting a lot of emails, messages, different forms of communication from people that have just different levels of things going on. And I tell people all the time, like, listen, I'm honored, I'm flattered that you thought to call me about whatever your problem was or whatever, but I'm just one man, and I'm certainly not rich. So anybody that calls me and stuff like that is like, I don't really have a whole lot of resources, just be giving people money and stuff like that. But I do have a platform, and I do have a way that people could at least get their story out. And if it touches someone's spirit, and if they do want to help, if they do want to donate, they can do so. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So I am going to, let me get this link real quick. All right, let me get this link. Let me copy this. Okay, so the only thing is, all right, let me see if I can pin the link. Let me see if I can pin the link. Okay. All right, so let me see if I can post this and then pin it. Might have to do it from my phone. So let me pull this up. All right. Now to the young lady that I was just speaking to on the phone, you can click the link on the live because I don't know if I'll be able to send it to you. But let me see if I can. So y'all let me see if I can pull this up with my phone real quick. All right, we're gonna see if we can do some good for some folks. We're gonna see. I haven't heard this lady's story or nothing like that. But we're all gonna hear it together in real time, okay? All right, so let me go to my channel. All right. So let me go. All right, let me pin this message. Okay. All right, so let me call her real quick. All right. All right, so we're gonna call her. Her name is Jazz. I've got her. I've got another young lady that emailed me. I hope y'all can hear me. By the way, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me just fine. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me just fine. Please put a 1 in the chat. All right. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me just fine. All right. But yeah, we're gonna okay, good. You can hear me just fine. Cool, perfect. All right, so hopefully this lady picks up. I just was speaking to her. You say barely, you could barely hear me. Okay, well, I'll try to make sure I stay close enough to the microphone. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, come on now. This lady, I just talked to her. Of course, this is how it goes. Right? This is what happens when you try to coordinate things with people. Okay? All righty. Let me, hello? Okay. Y'all give me a second. All right. See, we're gonna see. Hopefully she picks up. All right. Like it's like, come on now. like you reach out to me. Okay. Let's see if she picks up. So I got her and I got another young lady. The other young lady didn't pick up when I called her, but maybe I should try to email her back because she emailed me and she put her phone number in the email. So, all right, let's see if this lady or this lady picks up. What? Huh? Oh, okay. All right, y'all. So yeah, we on YouTube. We'll say what's up. Say what's up to my niece.
Hey guys.
All right, see my niece, see my daughter. Okay, there you go. Okay, so how you doing?
Hey, Marty.
Hey, so were you watching me on live?
No, I'm not watching you on live.
Okay. I am. And so, listen, I actually cranked this live up because I got several messages. I got a message from you. I got a message from somebody else. I got another message last week of different folks that just need different things and were reaching out to me. So I figured let me go ahead and see if I can just, knock it all out in one live, right? So if you can, are you available to hop on YouTube and go onto the live and click the link so we can talk to you, see what's going on?
See, I wanted you to call me before you went on there because I can talk to you first.
Okay. Hold on real quick. Mom, you gotta be that loud. Goodness gracious. No, I'm talking to my mom. She from New York. She from New York, so you say yeah. She got a big old mouth. But
I was saying I'm actually gonna walk out the door and get in the Uber.
Okay.
So I don't want them in my business. You get what I'm saying?
I get it. I guess right. Well, because that's what I was calling about. Yeah, that's what I was calling about. So you can kind of share your story with everybody, right? Not just me, just kind of share with everybody. And that way, if anybody felt it in their spirit, they wanted to help, they wanted to, whatever it was that you was looking for, resources, money, this, that, and third, then people could help. You know what I'm saying? And that way you got more than just me. Because,
How long would you be on live today? To click the link to join.
Whenever you get to where you're going, just call this number back.
Yeah, that's what I was ready to say. I'm gonna give you a call as soon as I get there.
Okay, that'll work.
Thank you.
That'll work. All right.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, no doubt. So this is my number. You can call me on this number, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No doubt. All right. Talk to you later. All right. So that's the second lady, but the first lady, who I was already talking to. Oh, it says that. So it says the latest message I sent was not sent. All right, y'all want to see my brother? He dipped out. He just walked away. All right, so we're gonna see if we can call this lady back. All right. Huh? No. That was the lady I was just talking to. She didn't hang up, but she's headed somewhere in the Uber, so she's gonna call me when she gets settled. But this lady, hey, what we talking about? So long story short. We're at Sunday dinner. We're here at my brother's house. Got my family here. We're just chilling. Hello? Hey. So listen, I can't send it to you over text, but can you just go on YouTube and go to my live? You'll be able to click on it. It's pinned to the top of the comments. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and we'll be waiting for you. And we'll just hear what your story is, and hopefully you get some folks that want to tap in with you. Yep, go to YouTube and go to my channel. I'm live right now. Okay, and so the link should be pinned to the top of the comment section. All right. And you should come up when I see you. I mean, when you come up, I should see you. All right. So and so let me. What's up to everybody that's just coming in? So let me explain what's going on. So for one, we're at my brother's house, just doing Sunday dinner. Figured I'd come on StreamYard in case anybody want to come up and everything else. But then two, I've been getting a lot of emails, messages, and people reaching out to me for different reasons. They have different things going on, and they're looking for some help. So I figured, let me go ahead and, see if I can use my platform to help folks, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be hearing people's things they got going on in real time. We got Jazz on the phone right now. I think she's trying to click on the link so she can get up in the studio and we can all talk to her. So that's what we're waiting on right now. How we coming, Jazz? All right, so I think Jazz is trying to. Okay, there she goes. There she goes. All right. All right, so I'm gonna hang up the phone. Okay, how you doing today, Jazz?
Hurtful looking rough, but I'm homeless at the moment. Um, I've been in this position because of I've went back to my and
You say you went back to what?
they was the type, and I've lost everything.
So hold on, Jazz. Let me get over here so I can make sure I'm in a little bit of a quieter part of the house. And so
Okay, I can barely hear you.
okay. So can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
so go ahead and close any tabs you have. So like if you have YouTube open on your phone, go ahead and close that and just keep the StreamYard open so we can talk clearly. All right. I'm at Sunday dinner, y'all. So if y'all hear this background noise, just don't don't worry about it. This ain't a professional stream or nothing. This is just me being at Sunday dinner and figuring let me go ahead and address some of these messages and emails that I have so that I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them and things like that, right? So I'm only one man. I can only do but so much, but I do have a platform and it's a blessing to be a blessing. So if there's anybody out there that wanted to help, that wanted to tap in, we're gonna hear these folk stories in real time and we're gonna hopefully be able to help. Right. All right, Jazz, you with me?
Yes, sir. Is it okay if I put my earphones in because I could barely hear?
Yes, 100%. Whatever you need to do so that you can communicate as clearly as possible.
Okay.
All righty. Let me put my chapstick on. I don't want to be licking my lips the whole time.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I sure can.
Okay.
Okay, so let me so you reached out to me. Yours wasn't via email. Yours was you just calling me. But
Yes, sir.
tell me what's going on. Tell me what it was that you was reaching out to me for.
Um, I wanted help. I wanted help. I've been stranded in a state that I know nothing about. I've been trying to get help out here, but no one is trying to help me. Um, I've tried to get into shelters. They saying that the shelters are full, and they're not allowing me to use the restroom at none of the places. They saying I have to buy things in order to use their restroom.
Right,
Um,
right. So let me real quick. Let me interject. So guys, I see that her screen is frozen, but we're not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna listen to her story. I mean, the screen being frozen is one thing, but okay, there it goes. So now the screen is moving again. So hopefully you guys can see it moving. But yeah, so basically you're saying what state are you stranded in?
I'm stranded in Connecticut.
And how did you get out there and for what reason?
I got out here on a bus, and I missed the bus. I missed when I missed my bus, and I tried to get a refund, and I tried to get on another bus, but they told me that I would have to pay for another ticket, but I don't have the funds to pay for another ticket, so I'm just stranded out here in Connecticut, and I've been trying to seek help, but no one is trying to help me out here, so I'm just
I
living on
get
the
it.
streets.
Okay, so let's figure this out. How old are you?
35,
35. And do you have any kids?
no kids.
No kids. Okay. Where are you from?
Louisiana.
Okay, shout out Louisiana. Definitely. Y'all know I was just there in May. And so what so you were coming from Louisiana when you got to Connecticut?
I was coming from another shelter in Philly, but you have certain times when your time is up at certain times. They give you a certain amount of time, and
And then
your
you gotta
time,
go. Yeah, I get
yeah.
it.
But this is the thing. I I don't know if you're familiar with targeted individuals. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you heard that term.
I definitely have.
Well, I've been a targeted individual, and a lot of things been going on at that shelter, and I could no longer stay at that shelter because there was a lot of things going on that these people was doing to me, and I just couldn't stay there anymore.
Okay, so let's before we get deep into that stuff, we gotta reverse engineer this and try to figure out what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so you're 35, no kids. Where are you from? You say you're from Louisiana.
Hmm.
You were coming from Philly.
Yeah.
Um, what what? Okay,
You see,
so how
my
long have you
story,
been? How
my
long have you
my
been? Go ahead, go ahead. You go ahead.
my story is deep, and see, my family been trying to s- they've been trying to sacrifice me, and I've been going through that with my family, and that's they got it to where they got it to where they've made me homeless, where I would need only them. I don't have anyone to call on. I would only have to call on them, and they put me in a situation where all I have to lean on is them, and they've been I've been having it's a lot that's been going on. People been trying to harm me. I've been going through a lot of that.
So listen, real quick,
Uh,
because I don't want to have to interject too much, but I do want to make sure that we're being laser sharp on our focus, right? So, um, I've done thousands of interviews,
mhm.
and so I've definitely heard, these things before, right? I've heard these things before, so I kind of understand where you're going with it, but I guess let's figure out first what is it that you're looking to get from when you reached out to me. What was your hope that you would get what?
Help to get back to my hometown,
Okay, and your hometown is where?
Louisiana.
Right, where in Louisiana?
I was going to Baton Rouge.
Okay, so you're headed back to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And are you when you get back there? Is that where your family is and stuff?
Um, my family is currently in Texas.
Okay, so who is it that you're going to in Baton Rouge? Like, are you gonna just be homeless in Baton Rouge, or like, what's the deal when you get back to Baton Rouge?
Uh, I was going to a shelter in Baton Rouge. Right now, I've tried to get in shelters here, but they're saying that they're full, and I'm not they're not helping me with nothing at all here, and I'm just living on the
I get it, but I guess what
so
I'm what is the reason. So just to speed line everything, right? Is the
yeah,
reason why you're there because you was basically trying to move away from whatever dangers you felt like you was in or whatever?
yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. And so I get it. I get it. Now I'm gonna ask a couple tough questions, right? Has there ever been any mental illness diagnosis or anything like that?
It's been false diagnosis. I've never had a mental problem. I was never crazy. When I got back with my family, they put me in a mental facility. They started
So you say back with your family. Were you in foster
yeah,
care at one point?
I left my family 7 years ago. And when my spouse passed, I went back to my family. And when I went back to my family, they put me in a mental facility and they started doing all kind of things to me.
Like what?
They start a lot of abuse went on with in all kind of ways. They started doing things with working against me with magic. They started abusing me and physically. Uh, they started put me constantly put me in mental facilities. I've been drugged by them. They've been drugging me. And I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any of those things. But it's a lot of things that they have done to me. And when people is around, they pretend to be totally different people. They pretend to love me, but they have pure hate for me. It's envy and jealousy.
I get it. I get it. But okay, so let me do this. First of all, if someone did want to donate, do you have a way for them to do that?
I have a Cash App.
Okay, so go ahead and state your Cash App. And if you can, Queen Spirit, I see that you was in the chat earlier. I don't know if you're still here, but if you're still here, can you post her Cash App and pin it for the meanwhile? Okay, so go ahead and state your Cash App, Jazz.
Trailblazer 333.
Okay, so exactly how it sounds.
It's 4 3s.
4 3s.
Trailblazer 4 3s.
Okay, so and Shaniah, I see you in the comments in the chat. Go ahead and click the link. Go ahead and click the links, right? So it's an open forum today. So click the link if you want to share your story or whatever. All right, so this is what we'll do, Jazz, because I don't want to just, like I kind of get the gist of where you're gonna be going with it. Ultimately, I want to, try to get to as many people as possible. So let me see. I don't think Queen Spirit has put it in there yet. So let me see if I can put it in there myself. Trailblazer, and then 4 3s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. Again, just because I'm gonna, listen, I'm gonna keep it funky with you, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna say and sugarcoat or BS you. A lot of the stuff that you're saying, honestly, is things that we've heard before. It's things that when we do hear them, they kind of bring, for a lot of us, they bring red flags up because.
Yeah, I know.
So what can you do to address those red flags that the audience may be having?
I don't really know what to say about that because it's like every time we speak on the truth, they try to block it.
Try to make it sound like you're crazy or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If I asked your family, what age, when you got back with your family, what age were you when you got back with your family?
Well, I got back with them a year ago.
Okay, so you just recently got back
and
with them. So
soon as I got back with them, I lost everything. That's how I became homeless.
Well, how did you lose everything? What do you mean?
They started putting me in mental facilities. They started doing all kind of things to me, and they made me, I was kept in those facilities that they kept me in, and I wasn't able to, pay for my bills or anything like that, and I lost what I had.
So if I asked your family, why did they put you in those facilities? What do you think they would tell me?
They would come up with something to tell you that'll make them look good and me look bad. Maybe say that I needed it, I'm crazy, or she was depressed, something like that. They'll come up with something.
Okay.
But they'll never say the truth.
So we actually have somebody from New Orleans in the chat. Shout out to Mocha. What up, Mocha? Shout out to you. That's my big sis right there. So shout out to her. So what I'm gonna do is, while I have some more people that are coming into the studio, I see Dre. I see you're in here in the studio, but it says device not connected. So make sure when you come in that you give permission to StreamYard to basically use your microphone in your video. Okay, so because right now, even Jordan, I see you back in, but it says they're gonna need to connect your mic and your cam before I can add you to the stream. Okay, so if anybody has any questions for Jazz while she's still up here, there may be some questions that you have that I missed. And so go ahead and, come on up, hit the link and you can come on up. What's up, baby? You can come on up and you could ask any questions that you have for Jazz. In the meanwhile, her Cash App should be pinned. Let me see. Hey, baby, can you bring my phone? Can you bring one of my phones? Her Cash App should be pinned to the top. Okay. All right. So let's see. Did she go? So I think Jazz may have. I don't know if she dipped out. I don't know if her phone went bad or whatever. But okay. So that's Jazz. That's her story. I see Shaniah. Shaniah, I keep seeing you. You keep saying add me. All you gotta do is okay. Let me just drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link. Okay. So I just dropped the link. Click the link, and you can come on up. All right, you can share your story. Yeah, Jazz dropped off, so not sure what's going on. As far as Dre, Jordan, I see you in here. It says device not connected. Okay, say hey Jazz. I guess you must
Hey,
have, yeah, you must have dropped off or something. But we got you here. Okay, so Dre, not sure what's going on with your device, but it says device is not connected. Okay. And so a couple of the people are saying, a couple of people are asking, like, they're basically suggesting, kind of like the same thing your family is saying, like maybe you need some psychiatric help and things like that. We'll give it 1 second, but this is what I'm going to do, Jazz. I'm going to mute you. You can stay up here because if anybody has any questions,
with targeted individuals, they always say that
that you're
it's
crazy.
yeah,
That is psychiatric. Yep.
and it's many targeted individuals out here. If you look it up, you'll see that it's many of us out here, and we all saying the same thing. So what does that mean? We all are crazy? If everybody
No,
is saying this,
listen. That's why I give you a platform
yeah.
because I know that most people are just going to kind of write it off, but sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So, I always give a little possibility, a little leeway. But one of the questions that most people have is, I guess, what reason would they have for choosing you to be the person that got gang stalked or, chosen
Yeah.
to be followed? What reason do they have to choose you?
Am
They
I in here?
see.
Yes, you're in here, Shania. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm hush. I got a good story for
I
you.
would, I would like someone that know about it to join the group.
Okay, so this is what I'll do.
Be-
I'll let you stay up here for a second. I'm gonna go on to Shania to see,
okay.
to see what she's got going on. And if anybody comes up here that either wants to add to what you're saying or that has any questions, they can come up and do so. Okay. All righty. So Queen Spirit, if you could repin the link to the top of the comments so that people can come on in if they want to. Okay. All right. Let's meet Shania.
Hey.
And Jazz, I'm gonna put you on mute. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, Shania?
Well, I want to start off by saying I just got off crystal meth. I don't look like it. I'm
Wow.
I'm 21 years old and I have 3 kids under the age of 2.
Whoa.
Yes, big story.
Whoa. Okay, so
and I'm gonna be homeless in 20 days. But hopefully the Lord gonna help me find another place because this is my 5th place. I got a story for you.
Okay, well, let's just jump right in.
All right.
First and foremost, so you're 21, you got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I'm assuming not married.
No.
How many dads to these kids?
1.
Okay, so one guy. That sounds like a relationship.
I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay, so we're gonna explore this. So because do you and that guy live together?
No.
Okay. So
I met him when I was 17 and he was 37. I got emancipated, thought I was grown. That's why I got a good story for you. I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm really hurt. So,
where are you located first and foremost? Where are you located?
I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Shout out Gulfport, man. Shout out Gulfport, Mississippi. Yes, sir. One of my good friends when I was a bartender, Daryl Pleasant, was from Gulfport, Mississippi. So
yeah,
shout
they
out
playing with us.
Hey man, don't play now. It get real in the field, all right? Trust me, I know what's going on. Yeah. All right, but so let's figure this out. So you from Gulfport?
Yeah, I'm born and raised there. Never left.
Were you raised with both parents in the house, or what was your situation growing up?
Okay, so my mom, I was with her, but I met my stepdad when I was 1 year old. They've been together 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a father figure, but my family wasn't healed. So um my mom, she got with a man that was good for her, but it's just for her and him and their kids. So she pushed me out the way. And now I'm here feeling like a little egg in a chicken in an egg, and I need that love and nurturing to grow where I'm supposed to be.
So you feel like you didn't get that nurturing growing up from mom?
I'm doing it myself with God and me.
What was the reason why you chose to emancipate yourself at 17?
Well, see, my mom set me up. She told me, "Can I rap for you?"
Yeah, go ahead.
So I need you to listen,
Okay.
okay? So my mom sat me down in the car. Things was getting too far. In my head, I know this is not good, but I know she should. In her head, it's like I hate to be the bearer of the bad news. Before I knew it, it just came out my mouth. My mama told me straight up she was finna give me up. She told me I've been working on this for about 2 weeks now. My face was so surprised, like in a movie when nobody dies. I said, why? She said I had enough. I said, I guess I'm not tough. So I went in the room and I started thinking what my grandma told me. She said, Shaniah, you should start writing. In my head, I'm like, that's better than fighting. So I wrote this poem. Cry is a very strong emotion. At least I'm not somewhere laying straight out in the ocean. I mean, this is just sad. I already grew up with no dad. What's left? My whole world is going bad. What's left? Seeing people die off, it's enough of that. Martin Luther King said, why we can't be sisters and brothers? I stand for that. I got my hands up standing for blacks, but why? Why though? We out here standing saying Black Lives Matter, but we're killing our own lives that matter. See, this is what I don't get. When are we going to stop it? Some people just need to sit down and be quiet. So yeah, so she plotted it. She been working on it about 2 years.
Okay, so let's talk, right? So before we get into that, I always ask, anything ever happened to you when you was younger or anything like that?
No.
Okay, so nothing like that. So what is the basis of you guys' relationship to where she wanted to give you up at 17? Like what happened? Like let's just get to the meat and potatoes. What's going on, right? That's not a normal thing. So what's going on?
So my mom, um, I found out she was cheating on my dad, my stepdad, yeah, at a young age. And I didn't know no better. So I told her, I told my dad that. The man that was good to us, that's supposed to be helping us, that's supposed to be a father figure in our life. So I told him, and that's when everything, she felt like she couldn't trust me, like my mouth started to open.
What age were you when that happened?
Probably like 12, 10, something like that. I
Do
was
you
young.
remember what grade you was in? Most people can remember their life by like what grade they was in school.
I was probably in like fourth, third, fifth, something like that in elementary.
So you was probably like 10 or 11.
I was a child.
Okay, so you're saying that from that point, it was almost like a op type situation with you and your mom, like the way that she treated you.
Yeah.
How did your stepdad take that information when you told him that your mom was cheating?
See, he a good man. So my mama abused that. So he just threw it out his ear.
So he was a simp and she took advantage of it, is what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. So okay, because a good man would have left. A good man is gonna have self-worth. He's gonna understand his worth and he's gonna set boundaries, right?
Mhm.
That's what a good man is gonna do. A weak man is gonna stay and make excuses and enable bad behavior.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's kind of how you grew up. I mean, what type of behavior did that metastasize into? It did that turn into?
Mm.
Like what type of behavior, what type of things can you tell me about those years in between 11 and 17 type deal?
11 to 17, reckless. I wouldn't look like the queen and the great mama I am if I was
You say if you was what?
still who I was.
Okay, so okay, because it sounds like you started making babies and doing that kind of stuff, right?
No, so at 17, when I got emancipated, I got my own apartment and I got back in school and I was working at night, get my life together on my own like I thought I could. Then I met this man who called me beautiful every day, and I didn't know he was a bum. He was a crackhead. So he called me beautiful every day. I started smoking with him after I got out of work at Wendy's late at night, every night smoking weed. And I never slept.
Okay, so not smoking crack.
No, I got on
Okay.
meth when I start going to the Kingdom Hall.
Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah, I went today.
How did that make you get on meth?
Because I was studying. He was a distraction, and I was young, out in the world at 17. So, you know, I don't know what you want me to say. Because he just, when I was 17, I guess I'm being young, I was cheating on him and stuff like that. Doing stuff that I ain't know. I don't know if it was an act, but in the beginning, if I would have took it another way, I wouldn't be where I am.
So wait, so the dude that was helping you out, as you saw it, you was cheating on him?
In the beginning, yeah, because I didn't think it was serious. Like I said, I was going to school, going to college. I'm minding my business. But okay. But then I fell in love when he gave me meth.
Fell in love with who? Him or the meth?
Both.
What? Okay. So, okay. So that's the guy that you have all these babies with.
Yeah. All my kids are by him. Calvin.
Oh God. We can't get it together, man. Because
Well, on birth control, you are absolutely right, though, Marcus. Absolutely right. Because I thought I could do it, and then they said, you need to get on birth control because I'm like, I ain't gonna be doing that. And I went back to him, and I gave him
I mean, you don't had 3 kids with him.
They are beautiful, though.
Well, I'm sure they are. It's not about that. It's just like, how are they set up in life?
Oh, they well taken care of. What do you mean?
Listen. See, here we go with the. Okay, where did Shaniah dip out? Where'd she go? All right, because I was just about to, y'all know I was about to get on my soapbox. Okay, there she goes. Let's get her back in.
Oh.
Listen. It's so Shaniah. Can I have some real talk with you?
Yeah,
I can, right?
You know,
I get it. But if we're family, we gotta be able to talk to each other like family.
Okay.
All right. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is that's a little bit of pride and ego when you're saying, "Oh, well, they're well taken care of," and all this other stuff. Is like, okay, I get it. You're doing the best that you can. You're probably doing a great job. I love it. But are they set up to where they're gonna have a strong dad in their life that's gonna guide them in the right things to do? Are they set up to where their mom has all this amazing love and nurturing to be able to pour out into them and has all these amazing life experiences and is earning at a good high capacity so she can provide an example for the kids because they're looking at a mom that's doing her thing and everything else? Those are the things I'm talking about.
They don't look at me do my thing. I'm only 21.
I get it, but even that is a handicap to our community because what happens is that we have young ladies that are seeing a mom go overtime to really try to make it happen. So then they harden up, and we have young men that see the same thing. Their mom doing the thing. So then when they get older, they expect some lady that's gonna be doing all this stuff. Right. So
femininity is a woman's power, and I think I got that from your video. I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
So that really taught me a lot. So no, of course they set up that way, but I am who I am, which means I got to make sure they get disciplined. I don't have a man in my life. That's not in my control. Like, I don't want another man from Mississippi, and I'm only 21, so I can't go nowhere right now. I don't want a man from Mississippi. Like you said, they're going to be set up the same way. So,
well, now hold on now. Now, look, I love to sip. We ain't gonna sit here and do that to the men of Mississippi. All right, you ain't gonna do that to my brothers in the
Gulfport.
No, because here's where accountability comes into play. Now,
okay, where am I though wrong, Marcus?
I'll give you the fact that you were 17, but it's still your decision who you decided to lay down with, who you decided to make babies with. That's your decision.
Because if a lot of people want to talk about God, if we want to, I'm strong with God in my life, but if a lot of people want to talk about God, then where about the young ladies and the men in life? That's not my problem because you got to hold him accountable for his own actions. He has common sense. You feel me?
Well, so here's the thing, though. I'm not having a conversation with him. So if I was having a conversation with him, I'd be holding him accountable too. Yeah. Okay, I'm having a conversation with you. So don't try to deflect blame on him. We're talking about you.
But you said taking care of the kids, and it's my fault who I lay down with, and I'm doing my part overly.
Again and again, but then
I want SSI and I take care of all of them and have a roof over their head and pay for diapers. Yes, a month check, one check every month.
Well, even that though, listen, it's a blessing just to have that. Like,
exactly.
There's so many people that are waiting to get SSI that it takes years for them to only to be denied. Like,
what they gotta do with me though? Because you saying am I doing his part or
no? What I'm saying is this.
Because I'm doing it.
So here's what I'm saying. We have to learn from these type of situations. In other words, you can't undo the kids, okay? But what I'm saying is that you have to at least be able to pass the message on to the ladies that are a few years younger than you. And in order to pass the correct message on, you have to be able to see things clearly. You can't be giving yourself excuses and putting it all on him or anything like that, because then that's what they're going to do. So you got to be able to look at the situation and say, okay, well, hey, I thought I was bigger than my britches. I chose this type of guy because I thought I could handle it, and I couldn't. And I messed up, and I love my kids, and they're great, and they're a blessing and everything else, but it wasn't the recommended route. And you got to be able to say that, because if you don't learn the lesson, then we're just going to be doomed to just stay in this loop that we're in, where generation after generation, right around 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, these young ladies are making these bad decisions about who they have kids with, and then they turn around only after they have the kids, and they're like, oh, now I see clearly this was not the guy I should have had kids with. It's like, let's start figuring it out before we have the kids, right?
I did not know that for real, Marcus. I did not know that's what was out here now. I promise you, I was innocent in this.
I get it. So, okay, so you got your situation going on. What is it that people could help you with or whatever?
Like I said, we about to be homeless in 20 days. So I have to save my check for hotels and do the best I can, because like you said, can't be deflecting on him. So I did a mental assessment because they called CPS on me, and I passed, meaning I didn't have to be evaluated, knowing because like I said, doing the best I can for my kids and whatever I believe in, which is the Bible. So yeah, so if they can help me get hotels, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
So here's the thing, right? So because when people help, they want to help knowing that their help is going to actually make a difference, right? Like, not just blindly just throwing money out there and being like, okay, hope for the best, right? And I tell people all the time, hotel living is like the most expensive way to live out here.
Yeah, but I did that for the last 3 years by myself, and I never slept outside because I was on meth. Like I said, I didn't know it came with it. I lost my apartment, ended up staying with him. He turned out to be gay.
Well, how are you affording that though? How are you affording that?
Like SSI and whatever you got to do to get your money. Shit.
Well, let's talk about that, right? So
what you got?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, because we got to get to the bottom of it, right?
Okay, get to the bottom of it.
So I'm imagining you're talking about. Imagine you're talking about S work, right?
No, I mean, look. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't do that.
I don't want you to say nothing. I want you to say whatever's the truth.
The truth is, I've been trying to get in that game, and it's just not for me. I never had to do that. Churches give me $100 cash. I went to hustle with crackheads that I was doing drugs with, and I always had me a room, stacking my bread, give me something to eat. Like, I'm not like them.
So okay. Somebody just asked in the comments, why are you going to be put out in 20 days?
Did they ask it for real?
Yeah.
Why am I going to be put out in 20 days?
Whenever someone repeats the question, it's always a red flag, because normally it means they're trying to give themselves time to come up with some BS.
First of all, James 1:19, be quick to listen and slow to speak. So I got to hear what you're saying in order to understand.
Touche. Good rebuttal. Good rebuttal.
So, because, like you said, stop deflecting on him. It's very hard on me, but hey, I'm not sitting here crying. Like I said, I'm on my SSI. I bought a car for $480, a nice van. You feel me? Taking care of the kids, got a double stroller, and that shit $160, $200, but I paid $50, you know, Facebook Marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Do what I got to do for my kids. So, I guess in the midst of all of this, and like you said, my ego, I end up cussing out some people I ain't have to, and just being truthful, because, like I said, I was popping off and I wasn't listening what I do when I get mad.
I could tell. Because, and let me tell you how I could tell, right?
How you can tell?
Listen, because your age is a little bit showing here, right? It's good to be young. It's good to be young, but it's also you're at a handicap when you're young because people that are older than you have lived more life, and so they can already see like kind of they can see through a lot of the stuff, right? So I'll tell you what a lot of people are seeing, right? So because at the moment that I challenged you in any type of way, the moment I challenged you as far as how your kids was being brought up, and the moment you got challenged on this and that, the first thing you go to is the ego move.
But
that's the first thing. Well, hold on. I'm let me talk to you like a big bro. Okay. So you're going to the ego move, but you got to remember you're here on the live because you wanted, people to help out if they could, right? If it sizzled in their spirit, you wanted them to, feel your story, and you know what I'm saying, if they wanted to help out. Well, as soon as it got time to, talk about maybe some places where you could be held accountable, you go to, oh, I got a Benz, and oh, they taken care of, they well taken care of, and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, relax. Okay. Like at 21, it's okay to not be perfect. So Marcus, I'm giving you permission to not be perfect. So that if someone gives you a critique or a criticism, you don't have to like just jump straight to ego and pride. Okay, you can take it, receive it, and not let it affect you personally, but just hear what the person is saying and just try to move forward with that information, right? Because at this point, it's kind of like, okay, well, if everything's good, what do you need help for, right? So
right.
Okay,
right, you absolutely right.
And then I gave you the touche on the rebuttal that you had about you kind of stalling for time. But then you never answered the question. The people are still asking about it. So they're asking.
Say I was.
Oh, you say you cussed somebody out. Who'd you curse out? Man, the landlord or something?
I called the property manager racist, and I didn't know that was wrong. And she was white.
You didn't know it was wrong? You didn't know it was wrong to cuss somebody out.
Look, first of all, like I said, I had no guidance. And I'm being real because
No, this is real. This is real. Now go ahead.
I don't got no guidance. Like, for real, I don't got no guidance. I'm out here with no knowledge. I'm reading the Bible, and I'm applying it, too, because this shit real. You know what I'm saying? But God is not realistic, so it's hard to explain something that ain't supposed to be explained. And all it is just me talking to myself, hearing God's voice, and, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow and all these different things. You said not be perfect. That's all my family expect me to be. Like, they know what's going on.
I'm telling you, first and foremost, not only do you not have to be perfect, you're not expected to be perfect. This is the age and stage of life where you're supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to grow. And so that's why when we can get to the bottom of it is because you just made a 21-year-old mistake, and it's not foreign. That's not something that's out of the ordinary. You came up how you came up, and so you have whatever proclivities you have. And if one of them is that you get defensive because of how maybe you grew up, in which I understand, you get defensive maybe easier than others. And so if someone does something that you find to be offensive, then you jump to a defensive posture, and that could include things like cursing people out and stuff like that. So I get that. And that's more so what the real story is like, yeah, we can sit here and get on you like, hey, girl, you're not supposed to, run your mouth and do all that stuff. But guess what?
But
like you said, you didn't have – well, hold on, let me finish. Like I said, like you said, you didn't have maybe the full nurturing, the full experience when it comes to being raised by a loving parent that's going to give you good advice, that's going to tap into you, that's going to allow you to make mistakes and correct you gently, those type of things. So unfortunately, when you don't have those experiences growing up, you get to be an adult and you have to learn the hard way. And that's pretty much what it sounds like is going on now. It's like you had the FAFO, F around and find out. You know what I'm saying? And so now you're in a situation where you kind of you're having to scramble and do all that stuff, right? Okay, so some of the people are saying in the comment section, they're saying, okay, well, this is a person that is not unfamiliar with the streets, right? And so this is Atlanta Street Interviews. So we love to help, but we're not stupid. So do you have
what? Hold on, wait a minute. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Listen, hold on. Let me finish.
That don't have nothing to do with me, though.
Let me finish. So one of the ladies in the chat, Yolanda, shout out to Yolanda. Yolanda is saying that they want to see, do you have like any paperwork or anything that shows that you're about to be evicted?
Close my business. Yes, I got paperwork. I ain't no liar. That's one thing about me. I ain't got to lie. I don't know.
Well, we get it. But I mean, listen, if you've been around the streets long enough, you know that, it's not about like calling someone a liar, but it's just about getting verification. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Getting verification, because that'll probably go a long way. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody expects you to be perfect. So it sounds like you made a mistake that.
If I prove it to you, what's gonna happen? See, this is why I get so defensive, because I'm always right.
So I'll say this. I can't guarantee anything's gonna happen, good, bad, or indifferent. I can say that if there's nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose by showing the paper.
Those people be doing it for content. I'm being dead serious. How you can't
listen? And so that's the whole point. Like, you're being serious.
Paper out the car and show you how neat I am in the file cabinet and everything in the back of the car for me and the babies. I got all their birth certificate, all their social security cards out of that check, and it's 3 of them. That's what I'm saying. I'm for show you though.
Okay, yeah. Listen, because listen, let me tell you something. We got 360 some people in the chat. In my experience, what I've experienced from my channel, it only takes 2, 3, or 4 people to really make a difference. So out of the 300 and some people that's in the chat, it really only takes a few people. And so we're gonna we got my boy Vaughn up here. What up, Vaughn? Give me a second. I'm gonna put you on mute. But you up here on the chat. I mean, you up here on the stage. So
it took me one person to look out for me and just change
the life
of my kids. You heard me, but it's like 5 of them that's like really sticking. Like, and without them, I wouldn't know where I'd be at right now. That's honest to God. I don't know where I'm at right now with them.
So listen, Shaniah, did you hear what Vaughn just said?
What?
So Shaniah, Vaughn, you may have seen Vaughn on my channel. He had some pretty popular interviews. And he was out there, whatever. And folks saw his interviews, and he was just telling you he was just piggybacking off of what I was just saying, basically letting you know that it only takes a few people to make a major impact, a major change in your situation. For Vaughn, he's in a whole different state from where he was at, simply based off of that. Like, literally there's about 4 or 5 ladies, but really there's one lady that's like kind of at the forefront of it, and she is just been a tremendous help.
My angel, it's an angel from God, bro. Yeah, an angel from God. It's like you said, it's a handful of them. But this one right here been here since day one. You know what I mean? Since way back. I'm gonna go ahead and give her name a shout out, PH Diva or MGO. Some people know about MGO. Been there since day one, thick and thin, rain, sleet, and snow. On my side, whether I right or wrong, you heard me. Just supported me the whole way, bro. And
brother, man,
she now my kids' godmom and shit like that. Like, you feel me? When I go, I know where my kids. If I ever get locked up, I know my kids straight, cause there's one person right here.
I tell you, man, it makes all the difference in the world, And I'll say this: Vaughn was on my channel many times prior to the video that went, that spun and got a lot of views. But seeing is believing. And when he had those 2 babies on that camera and he's holding them with both his arms, Vaughn's a big tall guy. He's got these big long arms. He's holding the babies, doing the interview and changing diapers, and like he's doing it all. And so seeing is believing. And so, that's one of the reasons also why someone maybe say, hey, let's see the paperwork. Let's kind of verify what's going on.
I ain't showing y'all my ass.
Yeah. We don't want to show. Don't put any information that's like address or like even like, like I don't even want to see like last name or anything like that.
All right. So what's today?
I came in late on what y'all were talking about. I just wanted to say what's up to you.
What's
hey man,
today?
shut up, Bond. So what's today? Today is the 6th.
So I got it June 25th. You see
Okay.
it? And
Okay, y'all see that?
hold on, 30-day notice. This formal written 30-day notice. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing bad, but non-renewal, meaning she wasn't gonna lease because of my mouth.
Okay.
So she
So
wasn't
there y'all go. So especially Yolanda. All right, Yolanda. She specifically asked.
not a lot.
You were the one that kind of specifically asked for it. So listen now. I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna be so adamant about seeing the paperwork and stuff like that, then when she shows the paperwork, hopefully you're gonna have that same energy towards shooting a little bit of help her way. Right? Shooting a little bit of help her way because, I mean, she showed the paperwork. Listen, guys, one thing that we got to understand, we were all 21. We were all 21. Okay. And I don't know about y'all, but when I was 21, I was 21. Okay. And I was like, I was making bad decisions sometimes. And I was doing things that I look back on and I kind of cringe and all type of stuff, man. So, this you say now drop the car or produce some paperwork. What are you talking about? Yolanda. Now,
What is she asking for help? What is the paperwork for? What is she asking for help for?
So basically, Vaughn, I cranked up a live because I had a bunch of people sending me messages about different situations they was in and asking for help. So I figured, let me just put it on the platform and see if people want to help.
Nice.
Right? And so, Shaniah was just in the chat when she decided to come on up and share her story or whatever, because another young lady that's up here had already shared her story. Long story short, so like for instance, so she's saying that basically she's about to get evicted. She has to leave where she's at. She has to find a new place and go through that whole process and everything else. And so she's just asking for a little bit of help, right? There's no particular dollar amount or anything she's asking for, but all pennies help. Okay. And so, by the way, Shaniah, go ahead and tell us what your Cash App is.
My Cash App is Shanae, SHANEE.
So hold on, you're breaking up. Say it again.
Shanae, SHANEE 1964.
Okay. Okay. So guys, if you want to help out Shaniah with her situation, let's not be judgy. Let's not be the type that's gonna sit here and wag our fingers and do all this stuff. She told us her story. If you feel like helping, help. If not, that's fine too. Okay, but let's not be the type that's like sitting up here asking for all of these receipts and all this proof and stuff. And then when she gives us the proof and she gives us the receipt, then we're coming up with more stuff and we're moving the goalposts. Right. So we don't want to be like that. So we're gonna, hopefully Shaniah. And so is it 1974 or 1964? 1964? Okay, so I saw somebody put 1974. Okay, Contagious. I see you, Mel. You changed it. Okay, good. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Queen Spirit. I don't know if you could pin that comment, Queen Spirit, but if not, I'll try to pin it. Let me see if I can pin it in my chat. Okay, so listen, Shaniah, we got your thing. You could stay up here if you like. I'm gonna talk to Vaughn for a little bit, see what he's been up to. But you can stay up here in case anybody has any questions, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna see if I can pin your Cash App. I'm gonna put you on mute, but just come off and mute if you got anything you want to say, okay?
Okay. So that means they can't.
Go ahead.
That mean they can't hear me?
They can't hear you until you come off and mute.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What up, Vaughn?
God damn, I'm drinking the beer, bro. I don't know when I had a beer. I don't never know when I ain't know when the last time I drunk. You heard me? Had a sip of anything. I had some wine like 2 weeks ago or some shit. But man, I got a beer right now. I want to see what this gonna do for a nigga. All them niggas be drinking and shit like that.
Hey, listen, just don't turn into Polo. Okay.
Oh no, fuck no.
Don't turn into Polo. That's his drink of choice. All right,
Hell
that's
no.
my boy, man. Shout out to Polo.
Man, I don't know why you fuck with him so hard, bro, but he is a character, but I know him from out there, but
so
man,
you used to like see him out there or whatnot.
I used to see him out there, but I don't kick it with him and shit. Just be out there with his niggas and shit, little gang and shit, whatever you call that shit. Kick it with him.
It's
but
always
you fuck with him, I fuck with him type
hey,
shit.
look, it's always some tall dude that I end up like, you know what I'm saying, cool with or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, man, yeah. No, I'm just up here, man. I'm actually at Sunday dinner with my family. And like I said, I had all these messages, and to be honest with you, man, it really it weighs me down. It weighs me down because if I was rich, man, I would just shoot the money over and just, I wouldn't have to tell nobody. I just shoot it over and that'd be that and whatever. But I'm not rich, and a lot of people have like these lofty expectations of me. And to me, it's just.
But you got a platform, bro. You can do all that with your platform. Rather, you got it. I know for a fact that just you by you just letting them, speak their word or whatever and tell their story or whatever is enough. You feel me? So whether if you was to give them the $10 for the interview or not, they still, wouldn't mind telling
their word out. Yep.
Getting their word out. You feel me? I know I did.
I was about to say, tell us what all happened, man. Cause like last I remember, okay. I remember when we did like the baby shower for Ileana and Tone, and everybody was like, "Hey, we need to do one for Vine. We need to do one for Vine." And then next thing I know, you was like in Columbus, right? You was in Columbus, and so I don't know what happened like after that. So just give me like
there's not a lot of resources out here for single fathers. You feel me? It's not a lot of resources out here for niggas, period. But if anything, there's nothing really out here for a single father. It'll be just a regular dude, individual male by itself, before it'll be anything for a single father or a nigga with a family. You feel me? So I ran out of options in Atlanta, and I had to move on and go somewhere where I haven't exhausted my resources. You feel me?
Right.
And so I chose home. You feel me? Columbus, Ohio, and that didn't work out. That's why I chose Houston. It's a big city. It's a lot of resources. I know somebody here and shit like that. Shit like that, and it's no resources out here, bro. So I'm never really just in one spot. I'm always like just. I was always maybe not lately. I've been just sitting here in Houston, but I was always just moving around and shit. You feel me? Just trying to find resources, and that shit wasn't working. Even when I was in Ohio, I would go to Dayton and check into that system, or I would go to like Youngstown and check it. It was just never nothing for me. You feel me?
Okay, so you're in Houston now, and so what's like because I know that I guess that's where MGO is, and so what is like the ultimate plan as far as you just getting completely on your feet and everything else?
You want to know my plan, man?
What's
to give it to God. That's the ultimate plan, because I don't know anymore. I don't know. You feel me? Even lately, while I'm drinking the beer right now, because shit is just too overwhelming for me right now. Shit just too overwhelming. Bought a car. I thought I should have put all the money. I thought I should just pay for it, but I'm like, nah, let me keep some. Maybe something need worked on. I got a job. That shit didn't work out, so now I got this car right here. The AC went out today on the way to the trail where there was no parking lot at, so we had to come back just dry out. Just shit, bro, and just little shit irritating me. You
One
feel
step
me?
forward, two steps back type deal.
Yeah, it's crazy right now.
Really knowing.
It's discouraging just asking, MGO for $20 or whatever it'll be for, diapers, food, recreation, whatever. And she just has no problem just just to give it to me. You feel me? She's not. I don't know. I don't know her situation or whatever, but you know what I mean. I don't know, bro. It's just shit, just real hard
So
right now.
hold on, real quick, Vaughn. I'm gonna interject real quick. I want to address the Yolanda lady in the chat. So Yolanda, you can't keep moving the goalposts. You asked her to show the paperwork. She showed the paperwork. We're not going to be the type of crowd to where if you ask for something and they provide what you asked for, then you're just going to keep asking for more stuff. So now you're going to say, oh, well, she's getting her security deposit back and blah, blah, blah. Well, that doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean that she still doesn't need help. That doesn't mean that she still can't use a few dollars to, help her out or whatever. So, to me, it's like, all right, well, if you was going to be so vocal to ask for all that stuff and to try to figure out what's really going on, just keep the same energy when it comes time to help. And if not, then that's kind of fugazi. So it's like, what was the point of you speaking up, doing all this stuff, asking for all these receipts, if at the end of the day you wasn't going to help it regardless? Like that, that's crazy to me, right? So to me, you shouldn't do stuff like that. Okay, you shouldn't do stuff like that. Like if you're gonna ask for all these receipts, ask for all this stuff, then be willing to help. Okay, if not, then why bother somebody by asking all these receipts and stuff? Okay. So and the jazz lady, by the way, she just texted me, said her phone just needs to charge up. So for y'all that were okay, so you saying right? So this is the jazz. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Like, don't be let's not do that. Let's not do that. Like, in other words, fine if you got your doubts and your questions and everything else, but once they address them, now you just look like somebody that's just trying to be an agitator or somebody that's just trying to, essentially troll or something like that. And Yolanda, I know that you're not a troll, but I hope that you're also not the type of person that's going to sit here and, demand all these receipts and then still not do nothing when they give it to you. Okay.
No, I know she ain't gonna be that type person. I know that ain't right.
Correct.
I know that's not right.
Javi, or not Javi, Javi. Am I Caribbean on both sides? It's murky. I'm definitely Caribbean on my dad's side, 100%. My mom, her dad is completely FBA. Her mom, my mom's, her people are from Trinidad. So like my grandma is like Trini, but she was raised in the States. So, I have both FBA and Caribbean lineage. Okay. All right. So yes, okay, Vaughn. So I mean, listen, man. I guess what do you think? Like in your mind, in your head, if you could dream a scenario up to where not a scenario like where you like win the lottery or nothing like that.
I'll have daycare. I have reliable, trusting daycare workers at the daycare that's secured and gated and with cameras everywhere, with a nice paying job that I'm comfortable with, and that is lenient with my schedule to where maybe I would have to leave or take a day off and take care of my kids.
Well, listen, that's not what I was going to ask though. So I'm asking an even overarching question in that, right? So I'm asking, in your dream scenario, what job are you doing? So we're not talking about the daycare. We're not talking about the survival things that you're thinking about.
In my dream scenario, what job am I doing?
What's your job? What's your dream job, man? What are you doing to where you feel fulfilled? You're making money. Your kids are seeing you, be productive and everything else. Give me that vision or that dream that you have in your head. What does it look like?
Are you? I was just telling. I don't understand now, bro.
So in other words, right? So
are you asking me what my dream job is?
Yeah, like what's your dream job? Like you got these two beautiful young kids. You're gonna be raising them and giving a great example.
I like to recruit people. I like picking people for different positions, and I like to recruit. Yeah, like a. It's hard to kind of like just picking people. Like if I had the power to put somebody in a position, that's what I would do. You feel me? That they're good at. You dig? That's my dream job. That, yeah, just.
I get it.
But there's no job like that though. So.
Yeah, there is. It's called a recruiter. There's tons. Matter of fact, my homeboy is a recruiter for the Coast Guard.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? He's a recruiter for the Coast Guard. You feel me? But I'm saying just put anybody like just walking up and be like, yo, you real good at painting, man. Here, I know somebody who got an art studio or something. You feel me? Like,
well,
like taking people off the street and putting them somewhere that they're good at. You feel me? That's my dream job. But my dream is to open up, besides real estate, but to open up a homeless shelter. Like, I want to buy a big ass building, like an old ass hotel room, and open and provide housing for homeless people. That's my dream, bro. That's actually.
Well, I mean, so basically, it sounds like you would want to go work for a homeless shelter or some organization that's providing resources for folks that are homeless or people that are in tough situations. You want to learn the business, learn the industry. You want to allow people to build confidence in you, right? Because you want to become someone that is known as someone that's reliable, right?
Right.
Let me go get my cord. Hold on real quick, y'all.
But yeah, I understand that just starting off from the bottom and working my way up and learning the ropes. Yeah, I tried applying for different homeless shelters such as Atlanta Union Mission and shit like that. Y'all know I got a little video and shit with dude, but they didn't accept my application and shit like that.
Okay,
it's
so
gonna start off. Start off with my CDLs, bro. I need my CDLs, bro.
Yeah, I mean, so what I would say is, right? So here's what this is. You got to go through whatever the tough thing is that God has for you as your test. You're going to have to go through that and get to the point to where you stabilize yourself and then link up with all these organizations, have build up the time, because everything takes time. So you're gonna have to put in maybe months or years or whatever it is to the point to where you become a known individual. People can rely on you, they trust you, and then when people are coming in, you have the connections to the people that have the jobs, to the people that have the help, the people that have the resources. You already know those people. You know the guy that comes and hires the people to do the day jobs. You know the lady that has whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? The position to where people can come and have a temp job for a little while or whatever. You know all those people, and you're just connecting them. And so I think that would be a wonderful job. And your homeless journey is just a part of that story. It's a part of that. It's a necessary part of that story. It's part of the story that allows people to have confidence in you because they know that you've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I would say. I would say that overall vision, that storyline, you want to start seeing that in your head. You want to start seeing those visions, seeing yourself in the truck, seeing yourself after years of being in the trucks, knowing what you're doing. See yourself working for the homeless shelter. See yourself meeting the people that have the jobs and all that stuff. You have to envision all that stuff, man. But I definitely,
most definitely.
Tell you, I think that having a sister like MGO on your side, is just like you said, the angel, man. That's just such a huge. It's a blessing. It's part of your story.
It's more. I don't know if they. I'm not sure if they would like me to put their names out there, from what I understand, but it's somebody out there buying every piece of clothes they got on right now. You heard me?
Wow.
Yeah, big facts.
I tell you, man.
Since I haven't bought no clothes for them since they were about 3 months. You heard me?
Okay. I
About
love it,
6
man.
months.
Listen, if anybody's out there, I know I got a lot of people in Texas. I got a lot of people out there in Houston. Obviously, Vaughn has his angels around him and everything else. But if you guys want to tap in to what Vaughn has going on, if you just want to send him a cup of coffee, or you heard him, he say, "Hey, he's stressed out right now. He's drinking a beer. I'm about to crank me up a beer too." Okay? So,
Bud Light. I do not drink. I'm at half of that. I think I might have to put the rest of that up. Hey,
I got a nice little IPA that I've been waiting on. So that I'm gonna crank up as soon as this live is over. So I got nice little IPA that I'm gonna be drinking. So if you want to send him any of that stuff, what's your Cash App, Vaughn?
It's ATV Vaughn on Cash App and PayPal. ATV Vaughn, ATVVAUN.
Okay, so ATVVAUN. That's Vaughn's. Okay, so hold on. You saying Queen Spirit just said Jay Simon can help with Vaughn CDL? Okay, let me see. I might have missed that. Let me go back in the chat real quick, see what Jay said. Hold on. Truck companies would drive out here that would train you to work for them. Okay, Mocha exactly can help him or point him in the right direction. Okay, so Jay, listen. So Vaughn, if someone wanted to reach out to you via email, what's your email?
It's atvvaun@gmail.com. ATV Vaughn
At
@gmail.com.
Okay, so Jay, listen, if you want to reach out to him
if
directly,
you could make the subject stand out to where it'll catch my eye, I appreciate it.
Okay, so you could put something in the subject like on Marcus's live or truck info, truck company info, whatever it is. And by the way, I don't want to miss these super chats. Shout out to Valerie. Shout out to Valerie for the big $5 super chat. I big appreciate it. And I know I had one earlier that I missed. Let me see if I could catch up with that one. Let me see.
I got a question for you. Whenever you ready, twin.
Yeah, go ahead, man. What you got?
Why ain't you did no videos in the hood? I seen you on Candler and Glenwood and stuff.
That's the
Why
hood.
you not in Belvedere in the hood?
Oh, you talking about where I grew up at?
Yeah, why you ain't at Kroger, bro?
Listen.
Listen.
They're shutting that Kroger down.
Oh, for real? They shutting everything else down
in September. So this area is about to go through another change.
Oh, for real?
It's about to go through another change. Real quick, shout out to Ty602. If you still in the chat, I know you sent that way earlier, but shout out to you for the $20 super chat. All right, my bad about missing that at first, okay? But nah, I've been everywhere, man. I've been in the
You gotta
Bluff.
pull up on Covington and Redan at the Texas Hole, man. Turn up, bro. Tell them I sent you. They waiting for you.
Okay, say less. I'm gonna have to pull up. It's crazy, man, because when I'm out and about now, and this is like more than any other time, man, listen, I get recognized every day now. Like every day that I go out, I don't think there's a day I go somewhere where there's not somebody that's like, "Hey, do you do that YouTube, the interviews or whatever?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." It's crazy, man. So I definitely need to tap in with my home. You know what I'm saying? My home neighborhood. Definitely to do that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I did that.
So listen, guys. ATV Vaughn, reach out to him on email if you have any information as far as anything that you could see him doing as far as trucking, this, that, or third, or anything else. Reach out to him if you want to tap in with him. Take a little bit of the pressure off of his angels that he has, right? If you want to tap in with him financially, it's ATV Vaughn, all things. So Cash App, whatever else, ATV Vaughn. Definitely reach out to him. Vaughn, I'm gonna put you on mute, man, and let some more of these folks
get out of here, twin.
Okay, man. Listen, I appreciate you, big dog. When I come to Houston, we 100% are gonna link up, okay?
For sure.
All right.
All right, peace.
Yep. Hey, Malcolm, can you ask one of my girls to bring me a beer? I want one of them to bring it up. See, one of the things we got to do, guys, we got to train our young ladies, right? Like, if their husband or their boyfriend asked them for a sandwich or for a beer or for this or that, You don't want it to be their first time doing it. Okay. You want them to practice these things in the house. So, like my daughters, they cook for me. They, if I need them to get this and get that, they do it. If I need them to juice, my watermelon or whatever other fruit I have going on, then I ask them to do it. Why? Because when they get husbands later on, they're gonna, their husbands are gonna be blessed by the fact that they were brought up the way that they were brought up. Okay. Yes, train. Yes, train. Like I'm the same way that I was trained to be a man, and I'm trained to do this, and they trained me on the job, and they trained me here, they trained me there. What do you think? That humans don't have to be trained to do things? Yes, you have to be trained. Okay, 100%. All right. So, and that's one of the problems I believe in our community is we don't do enough of that. We don't train our young ladies to have healthy, happy relationships with their future husbands, their future partners. Okay. So, but I guess they're outside. What are they doing? Because I'm thirsty. And I already drank all my watermelon juice. Hey, baby, can you give me a beer? Huh? Nah, definitely not the Coors Light. Like, so either the IPA that's in the give me the IPA that's in the fridge, so the green beer that's in the fridge. And if there's not one, then look down. There's some bottles and get me one of those bottles. But if you bring me a bottle, bring me a lighter so I can open it. Okay. All righty. Not by doing it for your father. No, see, that's what. Who do you think the first man that they're supposed to do that for is? See, that's that what I. Yes. Ruining y'all game. What game y'all playing? We were playing. Come here. Let me tell y'all something. This little girl right here. Literally the best. Okay, like I couldn't have asked for a better daughter. I'm just being so for real. So amazing. We can't tell Mookie that. We're about to do the egg race. You can't tell Mookie that. Okay. She just bought me my beer, so I deemed her to be the best. Well, you don't need it. Huh? Come. Come. Huh? It is what it is. All right. I love you.
You should go bald, yeah.
Go bald? No, I don't think I'm gonna do bald.
You used to look good bald.
I don't look good now?
No, you do, but like
see, that's why she got voted the best. Too young. Yes. Everybody tells me I look old.
Well, yeah, because you have a beard, but then if you shave all your head hair, then you're gonna look like you went balding. Hey,
well, thank you.
It's a two-legged race.
Thank you for saying I look young.
So is it like a three?
All right, come.
A third leg. Okay, bye,
all right.
Daddy.
Y'all smell like outside. I know that's just the thing old people used to say. Oh, three-legged race? Oh Lord! All right, they out there having the field day. All right. Okay, so let's see. Let me get back on track. All right, so all right. Let me see if this other young lady that we called earlier. Let me see if she's available. So let me see if she's available. Okay. So let's call her and see if she's available. If not, then I'll just see what y'all got going on in the chat. Okay. All righty. Because, I want to, like, I actually want to do stuff like this more often, to be honest with you. I just don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to, like, use y'all or, like, tap into y'all. But the truth is that I get these messages and I get these emails all the time. Humble reactions. You can just come on up here. If you need help, this is the time to come on up. So let me drop the link or whatever. Okay. And you can just come on up and you can tell whatever's going on. Okay, so this other young lady is we'll see if she calls us back, but if not, no biggie. Okay. But yeah, if you want to come on up to the lady that was, let me see. Let me pull out my phone. It's hard to keep up with the chat on StreamYard. So I normally have my phone out so I can just see it because then I could scroll back if I need to. Humble reactions. Yeah, you could definitely hit the link. Come on up and we could talk about whatever it is. All right, he better. I'm about broke. I know that's right. Whew. I had a long weekend. Deserve that beer. All righty. You see, I don't help out the brothers. Who do you think was just talking? Who do you think we was just talking to? Like, y'all just be saying anything in the comments. Like, you must have just got on the stream. We was just talking to ATV Vaughn. All right, that's a brother. That's one of my brothers from another mother. He got the height genes. I didn't get him. He got the height genes. Okay, but yeah, man, we were just talking to Vaughn. So if you want to come on, guys, I just dropped the link. So we got Jamie Wainwright. So Jamie, it says that your device is not connected. So make sure that you give StreamYard permission to access your mic and your camera. Okay, so you got to give permission. So drop back out, come back in, and just make sure you get permission. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pin. I'll go ahead and pin the link. Okay. All right. All right. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat. So you could definitely just hit the link if you want to come on in. You know, as far as I'm concerned, we're here to try to help. Okay. Hopefully we don't have a bunch of folks. I don't know if Yolanda's going to send that young lady money or not. But I really do hope that she at least sends her, like, send her, listen, 5 to stay alive, 10 for the win, a dub for the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, send her something. All right, send her something because she answered all the questions. She's 21 years old. We've all been 21. We know how it is. So let's not do that, right? All right. Jamie Wainwright, are you here? Jamie, you're on stage, but I cannot hear you. Las Vegas interviews. I see that you're here, but
yes, I'm here.
okay, I got you, Jamie. Hey. All right,
Hi.
give me 1 second. Let me add Sweetie as well. And so y'all, I'm gonna put you on mute, Sweetie. We're gonna talk to you in a second. I'm gonna get to Jamie and Las Vegas interviews. I see you in the back, but you're not. It says your device is not connected. So get connected so we can bring you up. All right, Jamie, what's going on?
Hey. So, I've got inoperable cancer. Can you hear me?
I can. We can. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Perfect. As you see, I've lost some of my teeth
Ooh.
from chemo. Yeah. It's been going on for like 14 years. For some reason, I have a feedback. But
Okay, so that's probably because you have YouTube open. So you need to close YouTube and just be on StreamYard.
There you go. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I was like, I don't know if I can continue to listen to myself. Oof. Now I know what my husband feel like. No.
So real quick, are you Yolanda?
No, I am Humble Reactions.
Okay, so because that same last name, the lady that I was just speaking to, Yolanda, has that same last name. So just making sure. Okay, got it.
All right. I noticed that too. I was like, are we related? But she'd have to be related to my husband. But anyway, yeah, I've got inoperable cancer. I found out back in maybe 2000, I want to say 2008 when I had back surgery, because this is what they thought it was, that I needed back surgery. Ended up that I had back surgery, but I was in more pain after I woke up than I was when beforehand. So we went and did another test and ultrasounds, and I found out I have cancer on my brain stem and spinal cord. I have been able to control it since 2000. I moved to Montana in 2014. I had 6 months to live. Back in, I want to say it was 2014 when I left Rockford, Illinois, is where my hometown is. I came to Montana to be closer to God in the mountains, to die because I had 6 months to live. Ended up, I didn't pass away, and I'm still here 14 years later, or 11 years later. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But problem is now is that the cancer has come back. And the reason why it came back is because we have a shortage of drugs in the United States, far as my chemo medicine goes. And they took it away back in, I want to say it started in 2008, where they started to reduce the amount of medication that was being manufactured and let into the United States, along with the morphine and anything else like that.
Why would they do
Um,
that?
I don't know. It's some type of legislation that they passed. I don't know why they did it, but they did do it. It's documented. I've gone to the Supreme Court and spoke with them to tell them how this is affecting real people lives that are able to live everyday lives. But now that you guys have decided to take away certain medications, we don't have that luxury anymore. So
Hmm.
I,
Oh.
yeah, now have started a GoFundMe to try and get to Mexico, because Mexico is where they say the cure is. There's a
Hmm.
doctor there that has a cure for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And they won't let it happen here in the United States. And I'm looking for that cure because I want to live. I don't care about my teeth being missing. I just want my life. That's all I
Hmm.
want. I've got children. They're grown. They're 33, 32, and 23.
Hmm.
I've been with my husband since we were teenagers. We grew up together. Our first child was born when I was 15 and he was 16.
Hmm.
So, and we've been together ever
How
since.
old are you now?
I'm 49, almost
40.
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have a particular dollar amount that you're trying to get to, or like
Yeah. My,
what's the end game here?
so the end game is my, GoFundMe is for 3,500, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just to get me there. I have gone ahead and got my license to be a travel agent, so I know I have a job when I get there.
Okay.
Um, my husband, he works at Walmart and he door dashes. Poor thing, he works around the clock trying to keep me alive. So um, he plans on working at the Walmart in Mexico and doing, I think it's called Didi, Didi delivery in Mexico as well. And we're just trying to move like right across the border
Right.
just to have access to that doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how much of your goal do you have right now?
450.
Wait, listen, that's 450 closer than what it was, right?
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so
Yeah.
it sounds like instead of 3,500, you're in need of about 3,050 at this point.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
anything
So,
can help.
yeah, listen. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, right off the bat, do you have a Cash App as well?
I do.
Okay. So, go ahead and tell us what your Cash App is, and then we'll see about getting your GoFundMe. We'll figure out how to get it pinned or add it to the description or something like
Okay.
that. But
Yeah.
go ahead and just tell everybody what your Cash App is.
Absolutely. It is the dollar sign, MX and meds, MEDS.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yep.
MX Meds.
Yep.
Okay.
Max
So,
meds. That's right.
okay. Okay. And so, so you guys want to go live in Mexico and get access to this doctor.
Hmm.
All right. Well, listen, guys. I mean, ultimately, if y'all want to help, man, y'all go ahead and help. I mean, let me see. Hey, girls, what's mom doing outside? Three-legged race. Okay. so
I
they're
used to
doing a
love doing
three-legged
those
race.
things with the kids.
They're
Yeah.
doing a three-legged race, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, let me see. Let me do this right here, right now. So what I'll do is, because again, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been when my dad died, I was moving at half speed. And I've since picked back up my speed and I've been posting and everything else, but I ain't getting like these big checks, you know what I'm saying, or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I ain't rich or nothing, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this started because cancer runs in our family. A lot of people have dealt with cancer in one form or another. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get it started with at least just a $20 cash app,
That
right?
works.
So
Perfect. Yay.
we're gonna see if we can get some folks. So I'm about to I'm about to put my $20 in. All right. If
Thank you.
y'all want to, and let me pin the chat. Oh, look at my boy Domo. What up, Domo? I'll put you on mute real quick, okay? Give it a second. And sweetie, I still see you. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Let me find that MX Meds. I guess I could just type it in. So let me type it in. All right, hold on. I got 2 phones and a laptop. I'm trying to do too much. Give me 1 second.
You're
I'm
working it
doing
out.
too much. All right,
Yeah,
doing too much. But give me 1 second.
absolutely.
Did y'all win or lose? Uh huh. Okay.
Mama
All
beat
right.
him, didn't she?
All right.
She,
So
she
let me
can.
do this. Cause see, the thing that my Cash App is tied to, that's the same account that I let my kids hold on to. So I don't
Hmm.
keep that much money in there. So I
Yeah.
always make sure I transfer. I keep just enough so they can spend a little bit of money, but not
Hmm.
too much. Not too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So guys, oh, and go ahead and state what your email address is as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's Jamie Jones, like my first name, and Jones
Okay.
0917 at Gmail.
Okay. So Jamie Jones
Mm-hmm.
and then 0917
Yep.
at Gmail. All
Yep.
right. So if y'all want to email her information, I know there was a lot of people that had different stuff in the chat as far as, just advice as far as your cancer goes and
Oh
everything
yeah.
else. So if y'all want to email that stuff, go ahead and do so. I've got her up right. I've got her up right here.
Yep.
Okay. So we're about to send that 20 bones. Um, and so let's see. We're just gonna put the heart emoji. And we're gonna send that. So, guys, if y'all want to help out, like I say, even if it's just $2,
Yeah.
$5, $10, whatever it is, if you want to help out, go ahead and send her something. We can, hopefully get her at least closer towards our goal, so that she can get the money to go to Mexico and hopefully cure the cancer and live her best life. Live her
Yes.
best life. So,
Thank you.
all right. Well,
Amen.
listen, Jamie, I'm gonna let you get down. I'm gonna talk to Sweetie, see what
Thank
she
you.
got going on.
Okay.
But y'all definitely tap in. MX Meds is her Cash App, and the GoFundMe. Jamie, I guess when you get back in the chat,
Mhm.
go ahead and type in or put in the GoFundMe, and
Okay.
then I'll have if Queen Spirit, if you're listening, you can go ahead and pin that GoFundMe.
Awesome. Okay, I
Okay,
can do
so
that.
go ahead and type, like copy paste it into the chat,
Hmm.
and then Queen Spirit will take it and pin it. Or if she can't do it, I'll do it. All
Okay,
right,
no
but just
problem.
once you do it, we'll get it done. Okay.
Okay, will do. Thank
All
you for
right.
having
All
me.
right.
Thank
No
you.
doubt.
What
Make
a
sure you have a
blessing. And I
good
love your videos. I watch them all the time.
listen.
Whether
I
I'm in the
appreciate it.
hospital or at home, me and my husband, we watch them for dinner.
Salute. I love it. I love it. All
Yes,
right. Well, you
thank
make
you.
sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too.
All right. Uh-oh. All right. All right. So, sweetie, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just enjoying my Sunday. I got my
Me?
family here, but something in my spirit told me to crank up this live stream and see what we could do to help folks out. So,
No, I really appreciate it, honestly, because I don't watch all of your videos. I've seen a few over the years and stuff, but I really recently I've been getting like into, well, I won't say getting into YouTube, but I'll like watch like a lot of Dr. Rashad Ritchie. What do you call it? What's his name? What's his name? Roland Martin and everything like that. So I'm like always like listening to podcasts and stuff. So after you've been watching YouTube so much, you kind of run out of stuff to watch. So now I'm onto your videos and I'm starting to pick up. And so the last video, which made me click on your channel, was with the man that had this complete 360 recovery or 180 recovery. I can't remember his name, but he was a light-skinned man. His brother name was Chris, and he said he's getting married and everything like that. So
oh
I
no,
just watched.
his name is Chris.
Oh, his name is Chris.
You talking about the
Okay.
video I just dropped today?
Yes. So I just watched
Okay.
that video and I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I just finished watching his whole story. But usually I watch YouTube all the time. from kind of sun up to sundown if I'm not doing anything that doesn't require my attention. But usually it's like when I'm driving or I'm in my room or something like that, I watch videos. So I clicked on that after I finished watching that video. I'm driving, I'm like doing Uber, GoPuff, and all that type of stuff. And I clicked on the video. Well, I clicked on your channel and it said live. So I clicked it, and the a while ago, the first video I watched, I was like, wow, it's pretty cool that he helps out the homeless, but I don't never see anybody kind of helping out regular people that need help. Well, this is what I thought. So this is a niche that you kind of have, that a lot of other people don't have. And the only reason I don't have my camera on is because I'm kind of ashamed. I'm embarrassed. Just at a point in my life where I'm going through a lot. But I can overcome. It's nothing too crazy or anything. But I wanted to come on and ask and see if there was any resources available for me to like get job training, or something along those lines. Maybe something that you could provide or help me get with. Because the only thing I haven't done is drugs. That's the only reason I'm not on the street or doing the same type of videos that I'm watching. So I'm just, I'm really stressed because, can you hear me clearly? I know I'm
No, I
starting to
can.
cry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't be ashamed about that.
Yeah,
And we can hear you clearly. So keep going.
it's just a lot. I'm 24 and um, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. It's not in a sense of just like financially, but more so just like with the trajectory of my life. Where am I going? And I'm feeling like depressed, and I don't know how I'm gonna get out. Like, and I see just people around me. I see good people, some people doing stuff because I play kickball. Um and I love kickball. So I don't really have much going on in my life, but I play kickball, and the community there is so good. Like, I wouldn't say, everybody has different lives. Some people have money and some people don't. But I'm finding myself in a place where I can't even like just do the thing that I love. This is the only thing I have that keeps me going, and it keeps me motivated to just want to just live. Like, really, I don't have a reason to live. Not necessarily that I want to commit suicide or anything like that, but because I believe in God and I don't want to die. Hell is hot. I don't want to go. So that's my main thing. That's the only reason I don't want to, commit suicide on myself. But it's just so hard because, like, I have family and stuff like that, and that's another reason I don't want to show my face, because my family might know who I am, or they might see this video. Somebody might know me, or stuff like that. And I'm a very sociable person, so it
Well,
just go
hold
back
on. Let me
to
so let me interject real quick. First and foremost, you're definitely tugging on our heartstrings. I just
it.
had to hold back a tear for sure.
No,
Um,
seriously, and
but
I don't mean to
I
be
know you
like,
don't
I
mean
don't
to.
want to cry. I
Well,
really
no, no,
don't want to
no.
cry.
But let me finish. Let me finish. So, first and foremost, where are you located?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia,
Okay, so you're here. Okay, okay, okay. So,
and
you.
I will say before you continue and
Mhm.
play, I don't want to play victim. A lot of this is my fault. I eat JJ's all the time, so I am like in a financial bind, but that's neither here nor there. I don't necessarily need money. I'm not the type of person who asks for help and want things and stuff like that. But because I have a job, like I have a full-time job. I'm a bus driver for my local school system, so I get money. But right now I'm on suspension because my CDL got suspended for 2 months because I got too many moving violations within a 3-year period. And
Mhm.
they told me that this could happen, like if I don't watch out. But granted, I'm not saying this as an excuse, but I am young and I drive a little fast, and I'm a little road runner, so I'm learning to watch that. Especially now, first of all, because my insurance is sky high. It's like $600, $700. So, and I pay daily, like during doing Hugo or whatever. So that's the thing. But whatever, it is what it is.
Well, I guess.
Also, I just
Oh,
want to say, like, I
go
just
ahead.
want to first say, like, I'm not a victim, and
Mhm.
a lot of the things, the situations that I find myself in are definitely my fault. I'm learning, but also that's one of the reasons I'm reaching out asking for job training, because I'm learning. Like I was in college, I did 54 credit hours in college. I quit because it was so much, like I just couldn't do it, and I feel like a failure. I had a friend, we kind of did college together or whatever. I dropped out, she dropped out. Eventually she went back and she finally graduated with her degree. And so she posts on social media, I graduated, da, 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 and then she says, "Stop being a bum. Go get you something." And it really just hit me so hard because I feel like a bum. I just feel like a low light. Not necessarily, I don't ask people for money or anything like that. I'm very independent, but at the same time, I'm, as prices go
No,
up,
I get it. You feel lost. You feel like you don't have any sense of direction, and you
yeah.
feel like you're in quicksand, and like things are just
Oh my
not
God,
able
like
to. I get it.
it's not helping, but I do have a plan. Well, there are things I want to do. I would like to be a real estate agent. I know that if I was to get started like in leasing consulting, I'll be able to go far. Do leasing consulting for a little while, and then eventually, once I save up some money and stuff like that, I can go further. And be a real estate agent. So that's my path. That's what I feel like I want to do. But I will say that it changes because I went to Job Corps. I did corrections at Job Corps. That didn't work out. I didn't actually do anything in Job Corps. I don't know why I did that. It's kind of like I just make decisions quickly and I don't have a direction. Like I'm swayed.
So let's talk about that because have you ever heard the saying? So there's a saying that goes, "Wherever you go, there you are." And that saying is in relation to people who like to say, "Well, I'm going to pick up and go to this state, or I'm going to move to this city, or I'm going to do this,
Yeah.
and I'm going to do that." And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
but you keep meeting yourself. You
that's
keep
it.
meeting yourself.
That's
I
it.
know, I know, I
And
know.
so what I'm gonna ask first and foremost, you said something that threw up the red flags for me, right? Or perked my ears. I can say red flags, but perk my ears up. And so what you said was is that you got family, but you don't want them to see you like this and everything else. Well, what do they see you like? What does your family think about whatever your situation is? Like, why are you not able to get whatever the help is or the insight or the nurturing, the feelings, the closeness, whatever it is? Why is it that you're not able to get that from your family right now?
It's not that they're judgmental. They're not. I would say that they are judgmental. Like it's some people in my family that are go getters. They make it happen by any means necessary, and I don't think I'm that person. Like I'm not headstrong. I'm somebody that will um like collapse at the second things go wrong. I quit. Like I'll tell you guys the truth. I went to this beauty school, and it's like I want to show my face and stuff just so we can have the connection because I really just want to.
I tell people all the time, you got to be vulnerable. You
Yeah.
got to be vulnerable. Like you got to be
But
willing.
see, but listen to this. The thing is with me, I'm vulnerable, but I'm so vulnerable. It's to the point where I think it's at my detriment sometimes because, and it's like I talk too much. And first of all, let me say this: when dealing with black people, I'm a black individual, so dealing with black people coming out of the hood and stuff, the way people perceive you, or the stereotypes and stuff
Mhm.
like that, it's just the culture. It's
Yep.
it's a underlying culture. You don't talk about things like this. You don't show your vulnerable side. You don't talk too much when you go in the room. Oh, you gotta learn. You gotta read the room. You gotta know how to move. Social cues. All these things that people come up with on social media and stuff like that, and in real life as well. And I feel like not to put anybody on blast, but that's how my family is. They're those type of people, and my family is so loving. I just want to say that if they knew that I was on here, they would be like, wow, you really need help. Like you really need help. But at the
Well,
same
now hold
time,
on now. See. Okay.
but they don't have the financial means to help me. I mean, they do, but then again they don't. And my family is like, if I show my face, somebody's gonna know who I am, and it's gonna hurt my feelings, and or not even hurt my feelings, but I'm gonna be ashamed to, say that or and deal with that, because I live with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just go away from them. If I could, I would just go away.
But the fact that you're coming on here talking to me, right, who is a complete stranger, and you're sharing these emotions and these feelings, and the fact that you can't do that with your family, that's a problem in and of itself. That's a problem. The fact that you can't express how you feel in an honest way, that to where you feel like you'll be validated instead of criticized or made fun of or judged or whatever it is, right? So the fact that that's automatically a problem. And so the truth is that some of my best results have come when people, like, hey, the family sees them and they get to hear them for the first time.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's sometimes you can't hear people when it's just you and that person. But when they know that there's an audience and there's other people watching, they hear with different ears.
Yeah.
They hear it now, like I say, for the first time a lot of times, and they're able to maybe see where they could have improvements, or maybe they could open up communication. So, I mean, I ain't just saying that you got to do it, but if I was you, I would do it. Cam up. Let's see who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately what may happen is somebody's going to see it, send the link to your family member, and it's going to get a conversation started that you have maybe wanted to have for the longest time, but you haven't been able to because of the culture of your family, or because of your own fears, or because you know that it's just not going to be helpful. Right? But if they know that there's an audience, all of a sudden there's more of a caring. They care more. They're like, okay, let's really figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, like,
okay. I'll do it. I'm trying. What is it? Can you see me?
Well, we see a black screen, so we saw that you came off the avatar, but I don't know if where you're at there's light or not or whatever.
No, there's light.
So you may not have allowed the camera when you came in, so maybe drop down real quick and then come right back up, and I'll let you back in. And just make sure you give it permission to use the camera as well as the microphone.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Tracy, I see you in the background. Give me a second, Tracy, and put you on mute, okay? So let me holler at Pearl real quick. What's going on? What's going on, Pearl?
Hey, Marcus. How are you?
Well, I'm well. How about yourself?
Fine. Just first and foremost, I wanted to send my deeply condolences to you.
Okay. You say you want to send your deepest condolences to who?
To you.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. The dad died part. Yes. So I don't know if you've been around or how long you've been around the channel. My dad actually died in late January.
Yeah. I just wanted to say to you personally.
Oh, well, listen, I appreciate it. I definitely do. Malcolm, you come here for a second. Come on. I want to show him that necklace that you got. Yeah. So my brother's very, very awesome fiance, who is my sister, 100%. She's my sister. Okay. My brother works out of town, and so he's only in town for like a few days. But she got him this thing. Let me see if I could. There it goes. She got him this thing. Let me see if I could bring this a little closer. Here, come lean in a little closer. Right. So she got him this thing. So it's like a thing of my dad, a picture of my dad, and it has dad on it or whatever. And so, shout out to Mika, man. She's amazing. She's amazing. Yeah, I might have to get me one of those, man. I like that. So she's awesome. All right, so let me ask Sweetie back real quick, Pearl, okay? Because I want to make sure we could wrap up. Okay, Sweetie, look at you. Now look at you. Now see, if you know my history, you know I have a special affinity for melanated women. You know what I'm saying? And you just are just beautiful as they come. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely. So
My baby look a mess. Let me throw that up.
Don't do that. You look perfectly fine. Okay, you look
Well,
perfectly.
I be doing Uber, y'all. So like all my stuff. Let me show y'all my front seat. My front seat. Oh, you can't. Oh, I. Okay, look. This is my front seat. Like, can you
Typical
see?
lady. Typical lady. Typical
So
young lady.
yeah, but my back seat is clean because I do Uber and stuff.
Right. So
So
you got to keep the back seat clean. Okay.
yeah, back seat got to stay clean.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay.
But
So
I try to make it look decent. I try to keep it clean. But when I'm doing Uber and then right now I'm struggling a little bit, so I just be going. I just go and whatever it is, that's what it is. So, but
okay. Okay. So when have you ever like told your family about these feelings that you have and these fears that you have and
um,
all this stuff?
well, so now that I'm on camera and stuff and they can see me and everything, my mama she gonna be like, Kaylin, you didn't have to do this. You could have just told me what was going on. But
Why do you think you chose not to?
I chose not to just cause like
No. So hold on. I tell you what. She's gonna maybe eventually watch this, right? Somebody's gonna send her that link. This is Atlanta. We know how it goes. Somebody gonna
and
watch
that's
the
the
channel.
thing and that's the thing like a lot of people like the people that she knows and stuff like that they're not like me and I'm glad I'm on a platform where I can speak about this openly because I don't like a lot of people like I like people. I love people. I'm sociable. I'm very nice. You meet me in person, I'm so nice. But I just noticed like my energy is so vibrant. People cannot take it. People cannot take it. And it's not even like, oh, I don't want to be around her. No, it's you give off such positive energy. It's
That
like,
it makes your
why you
energy
so
right.
nice?
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's also like they're like just like oh, and they think you're like something wrong with you, you crazy, like you slow. And this is things that black people think, especially like when me playing kickball. A lot of people I play kickball with, that I met in passing and stuff like that they can be it's a lot of nice people out there, don't get it wrong. I play in Stockbridge, amazing team, amazing league, all of that, I love it. But some people, just the culture, underlying culture, it's in the music we listen to, I don't fuck with that, this and that. It's the music we listen to, it's in what we watch and stuff like that. Everybody's in competition. If somebody is like more vulnerable, you can't be who you are without people thinking, oh, something's wrong with you. I often get that I'm an Oreo, like I got white in me, but you ain't black type of thing, or just different stuff like that. I don't know what it is, but I'm really chill, a cool person. I'll be honest, I feel like I'm a little delayed. I actually wrote down a receipt, like a long piece of paper of stuff. I can't find that paper, but it was a lot of things that on the paper I feel like are
So
issues.
your camera is back to black, just to let you know. So I don't know if you
Oh,
was trying to have it black or whatever, but because we were seeing you for a while, but then it went back to black.
I
But
don't know, y'all.
before you go on, let me ask you this. So what? Okay, so let me have you do this. One of the things we do on this channel, we talk to people when they're not right in front of us.
Hmm.
Talk to your people, right? Like they're not here, they can't respond right away. Get out whatever your raw and unfiltered feelings and truth is.
You want
Talk
me
to
to
your
say that
mom.
right
Talk to
now?
your people. Yes, right now. Talk to them as if it's just you and me, and you're just talking to what your mom or whatever it is that you're feeling and talking about. Talk to it right now.
Well, really, I want to be happy. I want to do stuff for my family. I want to do stuff for my community. Like, I just feel like I have so much potential, and that's what a lot of people say about me. But it's just kind of hiding because I can't figure out what I'm doing, like, or where I'm going in life. And that it sucks because I'm 24. The people I graduated high school with, they've all graduated college. It's like
You run your race. You run your race. You
it's
run your
just
race. Oprah didn't get started till she was in her late 30s. There's so many success stories of people that they ain't know what the hell they was doing in their 20s. Okay, so you run your race. One of the quickest ways to be unhappy is to compare yourself to other people.
Yeah, and
Is a
I try not to.
super quick way to be unhappy. Okay, trust me. Don't
Yeah.
don't worry about what everybody else got on their plate. Focus on the food you got on yours and enjoy it. Thank God for it because you could have not had that food at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and
so
that's what I try to remember. Try to just be grateful. Like I'm doing Uber right now. I'm using my what you call it, the Cash App overdraft. I only got $50. I'm using that Cash App overdraft like crazy just to get by and stuff. But it is what it is. I'm still able to put gas in my car. If my mom needs something, I can go get her what she need. Like as far as cooking and stuff like that. Like just different
I
things like
get it,
that. And
but
that's
let's stay focused. What is
uh
it that what message do you want to get to your family that you feel like you haven't been able to get to them?
It's just I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I think they got the message or just really I'm just tired of being in the house as a 24-year-old. I'm trying to get myself out. And that don't have nothing to do with them. The message I'm trying to get to them, I would just say to be more open. And I think my mom is really open. She's becoming much better as far as that. Like she's always been open, but I can talk to my mom about anything. I chose not to talk to her about this because she can't really help me. Like she can't help me get job training, and she can't just give me the job that I need or
Well, but
that
she
type
may
of
know
stuff.
somebody. Your mom has lived a whole nother lifetime than you, right? She's
Yeah,
probably double or close to double your age or whatever. So she might know some people. She might know some
yeah,
folks. You never know, right? You gotta reach out. So okay, I'll say this. Um, as far as so you're 24, like do you date? Like do you have a man? Like what's that situation looking like? Because you got to start getting that part of your life on as well.
yeah. That's so funny you asked. Like, I'm not perfect, and I don't want to lie on here and tell y'all that I'm perfect. I do not be doing right by my man, and he probably gonna. I'm gonna tell him about it. But it's a rocky relationship. I just say that, and it's kind of like it's toxic. I say it's toxic. It's a toxic
In what
relationship.
ways? Give me the most toxic thing about it.
Honey,
I'm gonna make it quick.
me,
Well, what about you? What is the most toxic
me and
done
wanting
said? Or
to, like be in a relationship but not be in a relationship. Like I still be looking, I got a type and stuff like that, and I'm just young and still not ready to like be official and stuff. So or ready to.
how old is he?
He's my age.
Okay, yeah. So, that's a disaster waiting to happen. I'll
You
say this. I'll say this, right?
is so
So,
funny. And I don't have any kids, and we trying to, make sure that we don't have kids when we not ready because he's not ready either. But he's such a go getter. He way more just like I feel like he's gonna be okay. Now when it comes to me, and that's what he always says, like Kaylin, you need somebody just to be with you. He told me that he was like, I feel like you need somebody to just to be with you, like to do life with. And I feel that way. But I think, and that's why I don't like it, and I don't like what he says about it. I feel like it's leeching. I don't want to be no leech. I don't like being a leech. I don't like that at all. I just call it how it is. I call it spade a spade. I tell everybody, any situation was to come across me and you ask me my opinion about it, I'm gonna tell you how it is, and that includes me as well. And I know I'm not no perfect person, and honey, the only thing I said, like I said before, the only thing I haven't done is drugs. So with that being said, or hard drugs, the things that get you on Atlanta street
yeah, I
interviews.
get it. Right, right.
So,
So
but
let me
I do
say
have a
this.
vape. I have a vape. I'm just
Just
being
to,
honest. I tell the truth.
no, listen. No, I get it. Just to keep the show going though, because it basically what it sounds like, and someone said it in the comments, and I agree. It sounds like you just need to vent. You just need an ear to hear you out, validate what you have going on as far as how you feel about this or that.
Hmm.
I would say that listen, I'm always an advocate of age gap dating
Yeah.
because I think that the best dynamic when it comes to mating and dating is when the man can be the leader and can have something to offer to the woman. So he can teach her things, he can offer advice, he may have a little more resources or access to resources, things like that. So I would say maybe an older guy, and you know what I'm saying, just opening up to your people or a stranger, right? Like how you did with
Mhm.
me, can be very helpful to just talk about how you feel and get that stuff out. Well, listen, is there anything that we can help you with right now? Because if not, I'm gonna move on to the next person.
My what do you call it? Like job training. If anybody can see me like a job,
So, what's your email?
Kaylin Johnson, KAYLYN
Okay.
JOHNSON 1229 at gmail.com. It's KAYLYN JOHNSON 1229 at gmail.com. I would like job training. Um and also if
Sounds
you
like
have any job
mentorship.
applications, yeah, mentorship that would
Yep.
be good. Um or job applications for leasing consulting positions, that would be great as well. Um, and then if you want, you can send me some money so I can get off of negative and just kind of figure out, okay, so right now I'm good on money. I pay all my bills. I had to pay, usually I don't pay rent, but I had to pay the rent or whatever this month. So I did that. So now at this point I don't have any money. Um and I'm in the negative and I play kickball. So I'm doing Uber, but I kind of don't like doing Uber. So I switched over to GoPuff. I'm trying to do GoPuff and hopefully that'll work better. But at the end of the day, I'm like running on gas. Like the gas is what's keeping me going in
I
order
get
to
it.
keep doing what I'm doing.
I get it.
And the only problem with that is that I have to pay $23 for what do you call it? For my car insurance every day. So it's not a
Every
lot.
day.
Yeah, I have to pay $23 a day. So it adds up.
That's yeah.
On
That's like
Hugo.
a lot of money.
Yeah,
Like
but that's
that's
because
way
my
too much money.
yeah, but that's because my car insurance is messed up. Well, because I don't have the money to get car insurance, like pay it in full
You're
month by
paying
month right now.
$700 a month in insurance.
I
That is
know.
completely unaffordable.
Yeah, yeah. It's really bad. It's really bad. So I just been like, okay, I'm gonna just keep it going for the next 2 months until it's time for me to start back work in August. And once August picks back up, I'll be able to get back onto my car insurance and stuff like
All
that.
right. Well, listen, like I say, mentorship, I think would be great. I think possibly looking to date maybe a guy that's 7 to 8 years older than you, would probably be helpful. You don't have any kids. You're a cute young lady. So, you should have some type of prospects with that. And yeah, but listen, we appreciate you coming up. I'm going to get on to Pearl and see what she got going on. All right.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all letting me vent.
All right. You have a good one, sweetie.
You too. Thank you.
Right. All righty. So let me get Pearl going. So let me just add Jazz back to the screen in case anybody wanted to tap in with Jazz. We still got Shaniah. I'm just gonna put both of y'all on mute though, okay? Oh, both of y'all are already on mute. So if anybody has questions for Shaniah or Jazz, they was both up here earlier. Y'all can come up and ask the questions or type them in the chat. Pearl, what's going on?
A lot.
Thank you for your patience first and foremost. So let's just get to the meat and potatoes. What's going on? What's happening?
Um, Not really. I just came up here to just first and foremost, I'm a 41-year. I'm not 40, not yet. I'll be 41 in October. Um, I'm just struggling with my mental health. I have a 19-year-old special needs son, and I live in New York, and it's just I don't have any support. So my mental health since the beginning of this year, my mental health has been like a lot.
So let's interject right there. So you say you have no support. What about family?
I don't. I'm not talking about money wise. I'm talking about like with my son, my mom. I reached out to my mom 2 years ago, and she rejects. She doesn't want anything to do. I don't know, is it because my son has special need, but my mom, I had asked my mom, like I shouldn't have to ask my mom for support. It should come, naturally. And she just, just said, you could call the state, they'll help you. But it's been like that growing up with my mom. She never told me she loved me. She's I don't know. I came from a Haitian background, so she's always tough.
Yeah, she's been tough and rough, and I'm already knowing just the lack of nurturing in general.
For
Um, I
40
can I
years of
can
my life,
I
my
can
mom.
see how that can I can see how that can have an effect. But let me streamline things. So does she have a point though? Like, are there resources that the state may have available for you that you haven't tapped into?
There are my son are he has services like for his physical therapy, but I'm talking about a mother support. I'm not talking about support that that he's qualified for. I'm talking about support from my own mother.
Well, have you asked her why she doesn't support you more?
I'm always working. It's always excuse. It's always been like that ever since growing up with my mom. Like she don't support none of her grandkids, and it's just like ever since she got remarried, she just catered to her husband family instead of catering to her own family. So it's just like it's been hard mentally raising my 19-year-old special needs son. Um, Yesterday was the hardest for me because I don't know. I don't want to question God why, but sometimes I find myself yesterday asking God why me with a special need kid, but I'm blessed because I'm able to do it. But sometimes it's nothing like having a mom support because I couldn't imagine me not being here for my son. So I'm on here just asking if anybody is a special need mom where I could lean to support. Not money. I'm not coming here asking for money. So it's just my mental health is just all over. Like
Are you talking about support in terms of just like a group of people to talk to and kind of be able to bounce your feelings off of and
yeah,
let you
like
talk?
somebody I could relate
Are you
to.
talking about somebody that actually like is more of an expert at special needs stuff and can kind of
Well,
help guide you with that?
I'm an expert of. It's
Or do
been
you just need a
40
hug? Like what do you feel like is the overarching need? Because if it's not money, if you have
years.
them in, different classes and things like that,
It's somebody like I
you
don't have
want
no
your mom to
friends.
come, and give you a hug and tell you that she loves you and that
It's not
she's
gonna
going to be
happen.
there to help a little more.
It's not gonna happen,
But,
Marcus.
but, but we ain't ask about the likelihood of it happening. Is that really what you want?
Oh yeah, I would love to have my mom as support. Who wouldn't
So
want to
then
have it?
do this right now. Look in the camera and talk to your mom and ask for it.
Um, I don't know, Marcus. I don't know if I could do that because she resent a lot.
No, no, no. She's not here right now. If you can't do it now, you ain't definitely gonna be able to do it in front of her. So do it now.
Um, I
Look in the
need
camera.
support.
She's looking. She's gonna be looking at this later. Look in the camera and express exactly how you feel.
Mom, I need support. It's been hard. It's nothing like having a mom support. It doesn't matter how old you get. You always gonna need your mom support. I don't know what else to say. It's been 40 years. She never told me she loved me, so it's hard to like express my feelings to my mom because she always gave me that tough love. So coming in here just finding somebody that I can relate to who has a special need child a little bit older because my son is getting older, so I could look into a mom who has a child with older special need kid for support because where I'm at in New York is really none of that.
Well, I get it, but that's not the heart of what we're talking about, right? We're talking about you wanting to express to your mom how her lack of nurturing and lack of kind of softer love has affected you and how you feel and how you want it to change. Life is short. You want something to change, you got to go on about it. You got to get on about it because while you wait, people are going to get old and they're going to leave this place. So if there's a message that you want her to have, don't skirt around it. Go right to the message.
I did. Mom, if you're watching this, I know she doesn't watch YouTube. I just need more support from you, especially my son. He needs a grandmother. Who knows? Who knows what could happen tomorrow? But you can't force you can't force a mother to support a child when she doesn't want to, because that's not my first time asking my mom for help. It's been 19 years trying to get my mom to support my son. See, my son is right here. And she has never. And that's her first grandson.
I get it. I get it. Well, I mean, listen, like I said earlier, sometimes people hear with different ears when they know the other people are listening.
Oh, she
And
had
so,
she
and
had
so,
other people spoke to her, and she still act like, you old enough, you able to do it on your own. But I could never imagine me not being here for my son. I
okay.
couldn't do it.
Someone asked a question. Do you and your mom live in the same city?
My mom live in Queens and I live in Brooklyn, so we're
Right.
not far
Okay.
from each
Right.
other.
Right.
So it's just ever since she got remarried, it's just she catered more to her
Well,
husband's
let me
life.
ask you this because you keep mentioning that, and
Yeah, I have.
I'm an advocate. I believe in what the good book says that when you get married, you cleave to one another and you become one. So I don't begrudge her for, being a good wife and what I'm saying, making sure
But
that she's
also know that when you got married into that family, you also marry her kids too. Like it should be a time where you go. You should.
That's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say. So it goes both ways, is my point.
Right.
Right. So the same way that she has to be there for him, he has to be there for her and everything that she has going on. What was the situation like before this guy came into the picture? Was it different or was it pretty much the same?
Um. The thing is that when I came up here, because I wasn't born here, when I came up here, she was already married to the man. So I didn't know my mom. My mom didn't raise me. My grandmother raised me.
Well, there you
So,
go. There you go.
so
There you go. So that's at the heart of the problem. Y'all didn't have the relationship growing up,
no.
the foundation to be able to foster this, this nurturing spirit that you want, but it just was never there. Have you asked her why she didn't raise you and why grandma had
Oh,
to raise you?
overall, my mom's not a supportive mom, but she is a good mom. She was working to get us papers to come here. It's just me and my brothers. So my grandmother, in the meanwhile, getting papers to come up here, she had to work like back in 1993. She had to work like odd jobs, like
Where
homeless.
was dad?
Um, I don't know my father.
See, and this is where this stuff starts. Like, see, when you start to unravel these things, this is where it becomes apparent. It's such an illness, and it's not just our community, but our community experiences a lot. To where basically, for whatever reason, a young lady in Haiti decided to, have relations, or hopefully she wasn't, taken advantage of or anything like that. But whatever happened, she decided to, or somehow, some way, she had sex and had you.
Right? Yeah.
And the guy just, like, it's not like, hopefully if it wasn't assault, then that doesn't count. But
No.
if it wasn't an assault, if it was her choice, she made the choice to deal with this guy. She made the choice to, give him some, and you were the result. And now look at all the trauma that you have to deal with because you didn't have a man or your dad in your life, and she had to be the man and work extra hard to get all this stuff so that y'all could just have citizenship and be stable. But what that did was made it so that she neglected to actually be a mom. So the only mom part that she did was birth you.
Yeah.
Everything else was like almost like a dad or like something else like that. And
Yeah.
so I get it, but we got to stop putting ourselves in these positions, because essentially the decision that was made long time ago when she was probably a teenager, is still being experienced today, right? The results from that decision. And so, yeah, just, it sucks because how do you undo that? Like, to me, you pretty much got to go to her and be like, hey, I didn't ask to be here. It's not my fault that I was born. I know that you had to do what you had to do for us to get citizenship, but that also meant that we didn't get any hugs and kisses from you, and you
Oh,
didn't get to know us growing up.
I can't call my mom. I call my grandmother who passed away mom instead of calling her. So it's just like it's no bond there, like at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to face that head on, and sometimes the child has to be the parent. Sometimes the child has to come to the parent and say, "Hey, look, I wasn't nurtured by you growing up, so we don't have that bond and that connection. But life is short, and I want a hug. I want a
Marcus,
hug. I want a hug." That's what you tell her. I want a hug.
Marcus, what I'm trying to tell you, my mom is stuck in the old Haitian ways. She doesn't believe in that. If I came to her and I told that my mental health is at risk, she'd be like, "Oh, if you unalive yourself, you going to hell. I don't have nothing to do with that." She's very
But
old
let's
school.
not jump to the unaliving part. Let's
Oh,
just
I'm
say,
not. I'm
I
just
need a
saying, no,
hug. I need a
Marcus.
hug from my mom.
You have to know how Haitian parents are. Some are just stuck in their old ways and not
I
have
get
one.
it, but we're all humans. And with raw emotions can tap into the human spirit like nothing else can. And
Marcus,
so,
I just lost my aunt, who my mom had grudges since they was in Haiti, and she never showed to the, to her funeral. That's
I
how.
get it. I
That's
get
how
it, but
my
you
mom
can't
is.
live in fear. Listen, you can't live in fear of what may or may not happen. You got to make yourself vulnerable sometimes, man, and just see what happens. And you
I
got to
did.
you got to
I
give
tried
it up to
last year.
God. You got to
Oh,
give it up to God. So you
I,
got to say, I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to express myself, and I'm not going to be responsible for whatever happens after. So if she does what you expect and hurts your feelings and everything else, that's God's plan. And
Marcus,
you need
I
it.
reached out last year, and her answer was, "No, I don't want anything to do with it." Even with my brother, it's just me and my brother. My brother came here for my aunt's funeral, trying to see her, and she wouldn't see none of her two grandson who lives in Boston. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We have tried,
Mm.
and I just let go and let God and keep praying for my mom. I would never bash her. I won't never go and say I hate my mom, but I pray for her because at the end of the day, I don't know what she's going through because she's very uptight. She doesn't open up to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, you
So,
don't know what trauma she may have gone through and stuff she may have went through. Haiti's a real tough place, I'm sure you know. And so yeah, they're different. They're different. So I listen, I understand. Like I have, I'm half Caribbean, okay? So trust me, I know about those.
I don't think your mom is old school like mine. We're not
No, well, my mom isn't Caribbean, so that's the first thing, right?
talking.
But I had aunties, I had, I know Caribbean people, right? And so I know what's this? What I'm drinking? Terramana. All right, y'all. My brother got me with a shot of Terramana, so sorry I had to interject real quick, but it's family stuff. We got to do it. All right. Not in the middle of my live no more. All right. Listen, trust me, we're Caribbean. We know how harsh and how firm and hard that Caribbean spirit can be, and none more so than the women. Okay, I trust me, I know. But in my 42 years of life experience, I can tell you some of the people that you would never expect to be broken down or tapped into. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know, man. Like I just do things with the confidence that it's already done. And when I move in that energy, it's like people can't resist it. So whether I come from an angle of being sad, whether I come from an angle of being hyped up and emotional about it, or whether I just come very stoic and cool, calm, and collect, I do things understanding that God always has my back.
Oh, I am a true believer in God. But what I'm trying to tell you is that it's to the point where it's just me and my son in the house, and he's nonverbal. God forbid, because I am dealing with some health issue. God forbid I pass out. Who is to call 911 for me? Like things like
Got
that.
your life alert.
So it's just
Got
like
your life alert. Got your life alert. And I don't know what plan he has, but I'm sure he's got Medicaid or
I'm
probably
talking
both.
about
He's probably
me.
dual enrollment.
Oh no, yes, my son is straight with everything. I make sure that my son
Well,
is
what I mean is that his life alert, you can probably get one on the same account.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you just need to look into that. Their Life Alert is the big company, but there's several companies that they all do the same thing. And it's basically if something happens to you, you press the little button and they're right there on the line and you can, they can either hear what's going on or you can tell them what's going on. So that's definitely something that I would do if I was you, just for your peace of mind in that regard. But somebody asked a good question. Where's the dad at of your son?
Oh, good question. Me and the dad, when my son was 5, we was staying together, and he just decided that was his stuff. My son name is Stefan. He decided he didn't want to do it no more because during that time my son was always in the hospital because he spent like almost 7 months in the hospital. And when he came home, he was about like 6, going on 7 months. And after a while, he didn't want to do it no more because my son had a trach, a feeding tube, and he felt very overwhelmed. So
I get it. I get it.
he said
So
he just started a new family. And you know what? I was hurt, but I was young when I had my son, and I don't regret him leaving. But we tried a co-parent thing. It didn't work. He put me through hell because like he didn't want my son. So my son do have brothers and sisters, but
hmm.
I'm not going to beg a man to be in my son life. That's what one thing I'm not gonna do. It'll be nice for him to co-parent, get to know his son, but you can't force the son. You could tell that he's ashamed, but that's my son, and I'll never be ashamed of him. And to be honest with you, it's very little that you see a father stay in that situation. I'll say like 40% that you see a
Well,
father.
I don't know the stats, so I ain't gonna tap into that conversation. But what I will say is this: it sounds to me like honestly the to me the route to success has to go through your fears, and one of those fears is you fear that when you come to your mom for the 200th time or whatever number this is, that when you come at her, that she's going to give you the same energy that you've always gotten. I'll just say this: there is a straw that breaks the camel's back. There is a straw that breaks the camel's back, and so sometimes you don't know what attempt that is, but sometimes you just got to stick to whatever it is that you feel like is the right thing to do, and just do it. And if that's talking to your mom and having a talk with her, letting her know that you cry at night sometimes because you feel like you wish y'all had a better relationship, or just getting real and raw with it and just allowing her to hear what you have to say. Do it in a way that's maybe a little bit different, but just completely raw, completely real, completely vulnerable, and just see what happens. And like I say, you just got to kind of let God handle it after that.
Oh, I'm actually done with that situation. I'm not gonna be trying to like.
I hear you, but that's the first thing you brought up when you came in here.
Yeah,
So when
it
people are
is.
done with something, it's not the first thing they bring up.
It hurts. Don't get it twisted. When I see other moms and they got well, it's never perfect. They have good relationship with their mom. Of course, I want that because who wouldn't want their mom support? I could not like I said again. I could never imagine if I was not a mom to my son. And I was only 21, Marcus, when I had my son. And no, I did not know my son. was gonna have special need. He lost oxygen, you know, while during birth. Had bleeding in the brain. I didn't know that. I wasn't signed up for that, but I learned to accept my son, and I could not imagine if I was to just put him away. Like I'm here 100% for my son,
I get
and
it. But listen, I don't want to, because I got an audience. Let me make sure I tend to them as well. And I got a few more people I got to talk to. That's going to be my recommendation. Okay. Is that you send her the link to this video. Go ahead and set it up so she can look at the 2-hour mark. Go tell her to go to the 2-hour mark, or you go ahead and send it to her on that mark and let her see this conversation and, see what effect it has and just kind of go from there. Okay. But I definitely wish you the best. I wish you the best. But let me keep it rolling, because I do have some folks here in the background and everything else. So you got anything else you want to say in closing?
no, I just need prayers, and if any special need moms.
I was about to say, if they wanted to reach out to you, is there a way they could do that?
Yes, I have an email. Mrs. Charles, mrs1003@gmail.com.
So MRS Charles 1003 at Gmail. Okay, so yeah, because my mom has a cousin, so my second cousin, and that's in my mom's age range. She had a special needs son. So if anything, I'll have her reach out to you.
Oh, that's
Yeah. He's like, I think Jambia is maybe 3 or 4 years older than me. So right. So she's been through the whole thing. So maybe that's someone that can give you some helpful advice and everything too.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, Pearls, great meeting you. Great talking to you. I definitely wish you nothing but the best. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, sweetie. All righty. So we got Tracy. So Tracy, y'all, me and Tracy actually did an interview. And y'all know I try to bring y'all the best content that I can. And so I didn't really feel like the conversation flowed enough. But Tracy, they were recording it on their end, and when they went back and listened to the interview, they thought it was pretty good. So before y'all have even seen the interview, put a T in the chat if you want me to drop Tracy's unedited full interview. I think I have it in my iPhone. If y'all want me to drop that, I will get that drop. Like, if I won't do it tonight, it'll be Monday. Okay? You say what? Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. All right, everybody waiting for me? Okay, but is everything ready? And okay, all right, well, give me a second. I'm almost done. Okay? No, it hasn't. Literally, the time is right here. So you're wrong. Okay? All right, give me another 15 minutes and I'll be done. 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, okay? All right, we're going to be eating in a second. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to have to wrap this up soon. No, you don't. You stay away from those seed oils. Yeah. All right, so anyway, go ahead, Tracy. What you got?
Hey, y'all. I just need somebody to talk to. As y'all don't know, but I'm a recovering addict, 2 years, and a half clean. And y'all would like my video. Yeah, put that T down there so y'all can see my video.
They dropping them T's in the chat. They're dropping them T's in the chat.
Okay. I'm going through something right now, and I almost relapsed yesterday. I didn't have nobody to talk to. I didn't know what to do. I've been crying. Where I live at, they selling the property, and I found somewhere to move. I'm suing them too. So we going to court for suing. I'm suing them for what they doing, trying to make us move so quick. But I found somewhere to move. Thank the Lord for that. But everybody want a first month and a deposit, and it's ridiculous how much it is. So I just been crying, and I almost relapsed after all this time. Yesterday, I was going to take.
How long have you been clean?
2 years, about 2 years and a half.
2 years. And so just to let y'all know, Tracy was on Ghost's channel as well. So you had an interview on Ghost's channel as well. So Okay, so listen, because my family's here, they're kind of rushing me along. Okay, so listen, to the meat and potatoes is how much is it that you need for first and last month's rent?
Okay, I got everything but $750. The house is $1,600. So I gave them both of my checks, my Social Security check and my disability check, plus what I had in the bank. So only thing I'm short of now is like about 746.
Okay, and what's your cash app, Tracy?
$T as in Tom, ROACUES as in Sam.
Okay, so that's it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna post that in the chat real quick. And Tracy. Listen, we did a whole interview. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop your interview. Okay, I'm gonna drop your interview, and hopefully people will tap in and help. I wish I had more time right now, but I got 3 bosses that are looking at me and telling me to wrap it on up. So if you know anything about these young ladies, they can get a little bossy with this stuff.
Okay, bye everybody.
And then I'll also say this: when I get to North Carolina, we're definitely gonna meet in person and do an interview.
Right. Okay.
We definitely. All right. So
if
listen,
y'all
guys,
like my interview, I be on and do some more.
listen, y'all tap in. All right. I'm gonna post it. It's probably gonna be on the B side though. Okay. Probably gonna be on the B side. So, but I'm gonna post it for sure. All right, guys. I gotta go. It's dinner time. I'm being flagged over. So I'm gonna go. I really appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys showing up on the live. I'm gonna try to pin everybody's Cash App when this post as a video, so that people watching the replay, they can help you guys out. Otherwise than that, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out of here. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.